Yes, you could just open up with a random conversation. I don't know.
Yeah, like right now.
Can I do it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're open, guys.
Oh, we are.
Oh, wait, when did that happen, guys?
Yeah, I said like now. Yeah.
Oh, y'all see that
Alright.
video of that guy and he's like driving in his truck and he gets a mozzarella cheese stick thrown at him, like out of a school bus?
Oh yeah.
Good stuff.
There you
Jamie,
go.
pull that up.
What the fuck was that?
Yeah, that does happen. All right, welcome back to the Two Dudes in a Podcast, episode 7. 4 dudes talk Star Wars. That's right, four motherfuckers in here.
I am counting 4.
We can say the F word.
I'm counting 5. I don't know what you guys are talking
I'm-
Who
about.
are you seeing, Brandon?
This is a new episode. You know, we're going off the rails.
Off of the rails.
All right,
Like a
here we
crazy
go.
train.
We got Brandon back. Brandon, how have you been since last week?
Walmart.
Walmart.
Yeah.
Greyson, one of our guests, Greyson. Do you want me to say your last name?
I don't give a straight fuck.
Grayson.
You can say it.
Is it with an S?
Windmill.
I was confused.
What?
With an S, yeah.
Yeah, with an F.
Grayson
At the
Mills.
beginning.
Grayson
Senior.
Smills?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Smill.
Oh, Grayson Smells?
Yeah, he does.
I thought I took a shower. Not gonna
Alright.
lie.
All right, we got Grayson here.
Hello?
New to the show.
Oh, I couldn't.
Friend of the show.
Yeah.
Can I introduce myself now?
Yes,
No.
go ahead.
Oh, sweet. Yo, what up? It's your boy, Grayson.
Yeah,
How
he on the
you
mic.
doing? Well, I mean, that was kind of supposed to be my
I'm just your hype man. Keep going.
I don't want to fucking... No, never mind. Apparently I'm not good enough.
George,
apparently,
just one
apparently your
thing
time to
to
fucking
en-
shine now.
One thing to ensure you're being good, remember when you're talking to get up on the mic.
Okay.
Just don't
okay.
yell. If you're going to yell, sit in
Oh.
your normal position.
Okay.
Oh, hi.
So this is so technically my time to introduce myself, but considering there seems to be a more important guest sitting next to me,
I'm
I'll let this-
sorry.
I'll let
I'm
this
sorry.
go.
All right, we also have George Gannon sitting right here in our studio. Fan of the show and friend of the show.
Big
now
fan.
guest.
Everything.
I've
of the
been
show.
watching for a long time.
Watching?
I've been listening to. Oh, shut up! I've been listening to the podcast for a long time, and I've been watching Studio 24 for a very long time, and also JQ in the Face Gaming. I've been around that long too.
Yeah, back when that was a thing. Oh
Take you in the face, gaming.
boy, we had that. He saw the productions era too. Now it's just Jackson Ham.
It's improved greatly. Yeah.
Honestly, now we have 3 of the episodes from Two Dudes up on that channel.
Oh.
Which is now titled Jackson Ham.
Have you
All
thought
right.
about going to Spotify? Is that even possible?
Spotify, you gotta like negotiate with actual.
Oh,
Spotify.
so like Spotify is like an actual business.
Yeah.
Oh, that's dope.
And SoundCloud,
Um,
you only get like 8 hours, right? I had that problem with my
Is that-
music.
is
I
that
don't
true?
know. I think it's because I started paying for like a SoundCloud thing,
Oh.
and I get like unlimited upload time because I was like, I'm going to have long form podcasts, right, where we're just talking, shooting the shit, and whatnot.
Yeah.
So I pay for SoundCloud. Apple is actually really easy to get on. SoundCloud, I'm using that as a hosting site right now and start off type of site. But Apple, I just gotta get our like album photo crop. Calm down.
Sorry, guys. The mic is like.
We're
It's a little
getting
far
used to
away
this
from me.
microphone. You can't see it, but we're sharing a microphone, and we're about 5 inches away from each other.
Yeah.
Quite
Probably
thrilling.
for next time. The next time to prepare, I'll probably get a mic that can
No,
plug into the
honestly,
cord.
can
That's a
your
good
next
idea.
episode have like 3 or 4 guests, and then y'all have to crowd around one mic and fight for dominance?
It's part of
Hello.
the challenge.
I just it's like in Dark Knight. I just break a pull stick. Audition. So yeah, here we are. First topic that I have written down after intro
Oh, wait, I'm
to
lost.
our guests is
Oh,
Snyder
oh, yeah.
Cut. This week, I'm pretty sure just yesterday,
Yeah, yesterday.
it was announced that the Snyder Cut was being released in 2021 on HBO Max. Actors are returning to actually film sequences, and stuff is happening. I think it's cool that Zack Snyder will get to complete Justice League, even though I didn't like Batman v Superman. The Justice League wasn't the best, so I'm excited to see the Snyder version. Anybody else have any thoughts on this?
Are you gonna go, Brandon? I mean, I can say something if you want.
Go first.
I'm not too familiar with the DC universe,
Mhm.
but Man of Steel's in that one, right?
Yeah.
So and
yeah.
Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Okay. So all these more newer DC
Wonder
movies.
Woman, Batman vs Superman,
Batman vs.
Suicide Squad.
Everything else after that's kind of unknown.
Yeah.
Like Shazam, we don't know if it is. Aquaman, we don't know if it is.
Aquaman, I'm pretty sure it is because they mentioned Steppenwolf, but who knows now?
What about
Yeah,
what about
exactly.
the Flash? Like, do TV shows count?
No.
as well? No.
TV
Okay.
shows are in their own universe.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't actually know that.
Oh yeah, that's another piece of DC news.
Yeah, Arrow, Flash, Supergirl. Well, Arrow ended. Flash, Supergirl, and Legends of Tomorrow are part of a shared universe. And then there's also TV shows that
What
are
about
being produced
Batwoman?
right now. Oh yeah, Batwoman's in
I
that
know,
universe.
Ruby
Which
Rose left.
Ruby Rose exited the show after one season.
She was Batwoman.
She was Batwoman. They're recasting the main lead.
Oh, that's gonna be something.
It's not like the show was already dying.
I'd never watched the first episode. The CW shows, I've stopped watching. They to put it lightly, went to shit. The Flash is a Garbo show.
Really?
Arrow is was the only good show, and it ended. Season 4 was ass. Then season 5 came back, and it's like I'm watching the first 3 seasons again. And then season 6 was it was a mediocre season. And then season 7 was cool because you got to see like a bunch of prison riots and stuff because you went to prison.
As one does.
And
Yeah,
then season 8? Season 8 was a short season because the show ended.
Oh yeah, that'll do it.
Oh yeah. I mean, I guess that's a good way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
it was a good season. Why you say that? Oh, you know,
It's
done. It's done.
it ended, you know. The finale was good. Supergirl never liked. Legends of Tomorrow stopped liking when it became a comedy show.
Supergirl.
How is? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Supergirl's like turned into Power Rangers level quality show. I mean, like the Power Rangers shows are just shit. They're not that good. They're not well made.
Designs
But
look cool.
Is it a good kind of bad, or is it just like bad?
you know, like the rubber costumes that Power Rangers have.
Oh, yeah,
but
yeah.
badly CGI.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Ooh.
They have a Power Rangers TV show. I didn't know.
They had a lot where they all wore rubber costumes.
Yeah, I
and
remember
stuff,
that
and-
one. That was like
I remember Dino
the
Thunder
90s.
Fury.
I'm talking. I remember the one from the 90s, and they just straight up take it from the Japanese one, and then they just put the American actors.
Yeah.
Then you had the Yellow Ranger, who was Asian, who
And the
tragically
Black
died.
Ranger who was black.
Who died in a car accident. Quite ironic, I guess.
Jesus Christ!
That's not ironic.
Oh, is that not how irony is?
Terrible accident.
Oh, my bad, guys. I forgot what irony is.
All right, so
The hell is irony?
all right, Snyder Cut's getting
Snyder
released.
Cut.
All
Is
right,
it-
let's get into business.
Wait.
The day we are recording this on, oddly enough, this is the 40th anniversary
Of Empire Strikes Back.
event. The day Empire Strikes Back was released.
I've been seeing all these pictures and oh, it's Empire Day, and I'm like, what the fuck is Empire Day? Is it like
Oh, no, yeah,
it's like a
that-
Star Wars thing?
No, fucking Vader and the Emperor are coming down. They're taking over.
The Empire
approach.
is striking back. That's what Empire Day is.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. What are your guys' thoughts on Empire?
Oh, it's a good movie.
Is it anyone's favorite Star Wars movie in this room?
It's mine.
It's Brandon's.
Yeah, it's great. Like last time I watched it, I got sucked into the movie like no other movie I had before.
It's a very riveting movie.
Like I think I was cooking something and the timer went off and I didn't hear it for about 5 seconds.
All my pizza rolls.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Mom, I burnt the pizza rolls.
I mean,
Rip pizza rolls.
it's probably my favorite either be Empire or maybe Revenge of the Sith, but I'm leaning more towards Empire.
Oh, we
Just
should-
because, imagine the twist
Yeah.
back then, like when there wasn't any kind of internet and like it was just really, really bad to like post anything about spoilers in newspapers
Yeah.
and stuff.
Mhm.
So I bet that was actually like gut wrenching for people to find out.
Could you come a little closer to me?
I'm sorry. I just
You know,
don't want to get too close.
the
to
guy who
this.
played Vader.
Why do you not want to get too close to me? Do you not want to get close to Grayson? Crybaby Jr.? Come here, baby.
Oh, shut up!
But you know the guy who played Vader back in 1980.
David Prowse.
David Prowse actually spoiled it at a convention. He said that Vader was
Yes.
Luke's father before the
Sorry.
movie came out, and he was That hasn't been allowed at conventions by Lucasfilm for ever since.
I'm not allowed at
Well,
conventions either.
does he give a shit about that? Like, I feel like if he's spoiling this,
I
the
think it
story,
was an
I feel like he
accident.
doesn't. Oh, if it was on purpose, I see why. But
No.
if it was an accidental spoiler, it's a little harsh. But
I don't know. I think David Prowse was also, I think part of it, he was also mad because they weren't using his voice for Darth Vader.
Oh, yeah.
They, dubbed him with James Earl Jones, which is amazing.
Yeah?
But he was mad, and sometimes he'd just say ridiculous shit because he knew it was going to be dubbed.
I'm sure. I don't even think I've seen like the original Star Wars. I think what my parents owned were the remasters. So it had
the shit CGI.
Yeah.
well, instead of the Ghost Anakin, the original Ghost Anakin, it
It's
showed
Hayden Christensen.
it showed Hayden Christensen.
I have.
Here's the
or-
thing, I
well,
wouldn't mind that if, they just, nut up and they're like, hey, you put Ian McGregor in there too. But it's like, why is there old Obi-Wan and young Anakin? Make a decision. They're either young or old.
Yeah, it's a bit of a weird choice.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's why I would just make
That's
the
not even
decision. Because
Empire.
Alec Guinness is dead, so if you're going to put Force Ghosts in media now, just use Ian McGregor and Hayden Christensen.
Exactly.
But I think it's because Alec Guinness is such an iconic character too. Because you don't ever really see in the originals. You don't ever see Vader or Anakin. I guess you would say.
I mean, here's the
so
thing.
it makes sense. You would never know about.
Here's the thing about that. Not Alec Guinness. Ian McGregor. Ewan McGregor? Ian McGregor?
Ewan.
Ewan McGregor.
Ewan.
I think they could make him up to look close enough to Alec Guinness.
Obi-Wan.
Because he played young Obi-Wan
Yeah.
in the prequel, so I think they
Exactly.
could make him look... Use makeup.
Wasn't that
and
isn't? I thought that
CGI.
their intention. They tried to pick somebody that looked similar to Alec Guinness.
Yeah, so I feel like
Yeah.
if they ever go live action, they could use him.
Definitely.
I think isn't Ewan McGregor isn't he down to do Star Wars or something?
Oh yeah, they're,
He
Yeah,
plays
yeah.
they're
Obi-Wan.
making an Obi-Wan Kenobi
Yeah, that's what I
series for
thought.
Disney Plus.
Really?
Yeah.
And
Shows
I think
what I
he's
know.
gonna
Have any of you
reprise his
seen The
role.
Mandalorian?
No,
I just watched it recently. I really enjoyed that show.
no, I don't
The
have Disney
Mandalorian.
Plus.
It's a good
So-
direction for
It's
Star Wars.
a love letter to the original trilogy and a new direction.
It's like
It
space
really is.
western, just
Yeah.
like the
Yeah.
original movies. I
Oh yes, Bear Stew.
Bear Stew.
Bear
yes.
Stew. I got lumbago.
Like
I got
while the original trilogy to
Space
me,
bago.
okay, the original trilogy to me is like a space fantasy. Because, you got the Force and the wizards and stuff and lightsabers, and it's like, he's walking in with the lightsaber on his hip. Meanwhile, Mandalorian's like, he's walking in with the big iron on his hip.
Oh yeah.
That's still a fantasy.
In a
A
way,
Western fantasy. Yeah.
Yeah, a Western fantasy. Technically, it's all
Set in
fantasy.
space.
It's just one of them
yeah.
has...
It's just one big space opera that all interconnects.
Exactly.
It's something about the original trilogy that I like so much.
The
And I don't know
original-
if it's my nostalgia goggles.
The
but
I figured that out, or kind of. I have a theory, but the original trilogy is a lot more wild, if you think about it, because you see things from the perspective of a farm boy who's just going out into this universe for
Yeah,
the
Luke
first
does
time.
start off. I was going to Tossie Station to
I
pick
mean,
up
like-
some power converters.
Oh yeah.
how the fuck did
And
you
then-
remember what station he's going to?
and then in Return of the Jedi, he's sitting there. He just chopped his father's robotic hand off, and he then looks at his hand. He's like, "Oh, I just did the same thing he did to me." And then he throws his lightsaber down, turns to the Emperor. He's like, "You failed, Your Highness. I'm a Jedi."
Yeah, that's
like
not what
my
I was
father
talking
before
about,
me."
but
Unlimited power. Wait, is that even
That's
from
Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
That's
Revenge of the
favorite
Sith.
one.
Anakin just.
I actually did like the prequels though.
Oh, dude! In
Yeah,
Rise
the
of
prequels.
Skywalker, he goes unlimited power with the Force.
Oh my God.
You read a plot summary.
Yes.
But in the movie, he shoots out base boosted Force.
That's what I heard.
It was.
He goes. And basically about destroy. I wish he just would have destroyed the Rebel fleet.
Dude, a friend told me he was falling asleep in the theater, and then he just hears, and he's like, "What the fuck's going on?" And it's just Palpatine using his little
Dude, I started
finger lightning.
laughing when that happened.
I laughed at multiple times in that movie. But going back to
Are
the...
those, is that good or bad? Are they good laughs or bad laughs?
I mean, I just watched it for the first time, and I'm with you, Brandon. There was a few times where I couldn't help but chuckle, and it wasn't for me. It wasn't all humor, though. I mean, was it?
No, for me, I was just laughing at how bad the movie was.
Yeah. There was one point, and I can't remember exactly what
Was it the kiss?
Maybe. Yeah, I think it was.
There is a
before that.
funnier kiss in the sequel trilogy, though.
There was
Yeah.
something that just happened that was so beyond ridiculous. I just paused the movie because I was watching it in a 100% totally legal manner.
Yeah.
And I just more or less
Legal.
said, "Oh my god," and then I just kept going. I had to stop.
Was it Babu Frick?
Possibly.
Babu Frick, I thought was actually entertaining. One of the only entertaining things in the movie, but you know.
Isn't it Moaning Myrtle? Like the
Yeah,
same?
that's the voice actor.
I do remember.
Moaning Myrtle, the Harry Potter bitch.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, the ghost.
You mean the movies?
Yeah.
I don't even fucking know who that is.
Okay.
Hey. Babu
What the
Frick.
fuck are you saying?
That's one of his lines.
I never saw the movie. It doesn't say the plot synopsis. Bobo goes, hey.
Yeah, man. Like they're taking out the fucking Star Destroyers that have little Death Star cannons on them for
That
no
was
reason
so
at
dumb.
all.
They managed to take one of the stupidest legend stories and make it stupider.
What legend story is that?
Where they bring back Palpatine.
Oh, Dark Empire.
Dark Empire.
So
where
is
he
that
has-
canon now that Palpatine comes back?
Yeah.
That's in the movie.
I mean, I didn't know. I don't know. I mean,
Oh no, you
Unfortunately.
didn't read
No.
read a Legends novel. It was Ray and Ben.
Yep. What about the Clone Wars? You guys watch any Clone Wars?
Okay, are you talking
Oh, the
about
series?
the series?
Yeah,
the
the final
CGI
season.
one.
I haven't watched the new ones because I'm not giving money to the mouse for Disney Plus.
Oh,
But
okay,
I have-
eat the rich.
yeah, eat the rich. I mean, I've watched a lot of the old series. Like I watched it when it
Well,
came
I finally
out.
watched the last Mandalore arc, the Siege on Mandalore, and those 4 episodes of a cartoon make all 3 sequel trilogy movies so irrelevant. They're such irrelevant dog shit. They don't mean anything because the one connecting string from Phantom Menace to Return of the Jedi is Anakin. It's all about Anakin Skywalker, and the sequels are all about Rey.
Well, if you want to get even more like into it, technically, if you wanted to do the sequel trilogies, Anakin could be like almost an Obi-Wan character to Luke,
Yeah.
because in the prequel trilogies we follow Anakin, and like at the beginning of that a hero dies, and then our hero is Anakin in Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the... We'll talk about Attack of the Clones real soon.
Oh boy.
Yes.
But Anakin technically falls at Revenge of the Sith. And then we see the hero of old, Anakin, return in Return of the Jedi and fall.
Yeah.
So, who is the old hero in the sequel trilogy? Luke.
Yeah.
So Luke should have died in Rise of Skywalker, sacrificing himself for the new heroes.
Exactly.
It's like poetry, it rhymes.
Yeah.
Yes. I do concur.
Yeah.
No,
You see-
no, Hayden. It's Papa George.
Yeah.
Jar Jar is the
You say peacock and everything's fine, but when somebody says poopcock, everybody loses their mind. Oh wait, we're talking about Star Wars, guys. Never mind.
Oh, Star Wars.
Alright. Okay.
Such
yeah.
Star Wars.
So y'all remember Ahsoka?
No, I'm kidding. Yeah,
Ahsoka
yeah.
Tano.
Yeah. She gets Order 66 the fuck up.
Oh, really?
What?
She doesn't die though.
It's so cool. The last 5 minutes of the show, nobody talks.
Nobody. Oh, so it's just like gunfire?
No,
Or
it's not
like-
gunfire.
No.
It's just silent storytelling.
Silent storytelling.
It's great.
Oh, the final episode.
It's like Hunger Games style when
Yeah.
they're all like.
No,
duking
you
it out in
wanna
the
know
cornucopia.
how intense this gets?
How?
Freaking Ahsoka senses Anakin's turn,
and you
then
hear-
goes to Rex, and Rex just sees a hologram of Palpatine. Palpatine's like, execute Order 66. And then Rex turns around, he drops his helmet, and he's crying while holding pistols at Ahsoka. Just like about
Yeah.
to kill her. But
Didn't even know clones could cry. To be honest,
He was in Rebels, right? I mean.
Yeah.
Ahsoka and Rex
Yeah.
do survive.
Snow Troopers.
Who else? Wasn't it Wolf? Right?
Yeah.
Wolf, Gregor, and Rex.
Yeah. Wolf was the one with one eye, right?
Yeah,
He had
he's
the
got
claw
a
mark over his.
He's got a robot eye and the claw.
Yeah.
the
He was the one that hung out with Plo Koon.
Yeah, Plo's Bros.
Close Bros.
I liked him in the
Plo Koon.
Clone Wars. I liked all of Clone Wars, but I really wish I could watch the last season, but I just don't have Disney Plus
I will
for it.
share my password with you if you'd like.
The mouse doesn't want you to do that.
Fuck the mouse.
The mouse can suck my fucking dick.
Well, guess what?
Disney's about to
Guess
come
what?
back alive.
Watch this, man. Watch this. You know what I'm gonna? I'm gonna pitch them this, and
my
they're gonna be like, "Oh my god,
He's waving
a
a
fucking
his
genius."
packet around.
He's waving.
I have a 39-page document, and
It
that
is
is my
quite
pitch
thick.
Jesus.
for the sequel trilogy.
That's
it is
insane.
it's going to be the official, the non-official bibble for the sequel.
Bibble.
This is the
trilogy.
Jackson Ham cut.
This is the
This
Bibble.
is the Jackson
Dude, it's gonna be
Ham cut
40
the
minutes of
sequel.
him, like, basically writing a fucking script for 3 movies, dude.
It's gonna be good.
Holy
I'm looking
shit.
forward to it.
I'm proud of it. I hope you guys can enjoy it when I talk about it.
I'm ready.
There's some moments that I think you guys will be like, "Oh."
What does that mean?
Good.
like little girly just seeing the ice cream truck. Oh, or fucking,
like
I don't know.
like being like, "Oh, this is some real nerd shit." And I'm
Oh, okay,
connecting.
okay.
I'm hearing some good nerd shit. I wish I would have saw. All right, Attack of the Clones. We have a sympathizer with Brandon among us.
Yes.
Oh, what?
Brandon,
Yes.
you really like Attack of the Clones.
Oh yeah.
Grayson has admitted he also really likes.
I do
Attack
quite
of the
enjoy
Clones.
Attack of the
Oh,
Clones.
you like Attack of the Clones?
Yeah,
And-
I like all the prequels. They're
Upon
really
rewatching
good.
the scene where Duel of Fates is blasting and Anakin's on the speeder bike going through Tatooine, I'm
Uh-huh.
like, that's a good scene.
Yeah, exactly.
But what the hell was Anakin and Padme's dialogue? Don't know about that.
I hate
I don't
sand.
like sand.
Of course.
I've seen
Yes,
arguments.
master.
Rough. Gets everywhere.
Get closer to the
Oh,
mic.
you know,
Get closer.
Master, I
I'm
had to
trying to
find a
be
speeder that I liked.
Just inaudible.
Master, why do you not like Padme as my slam piece?
Slam piece. Because that is the Jedi terminology they use.
It's not the Jedi way.
Then Qui-Gon just pops up. You trust in the Force. The Force is calling him.
We
to
don't
her.
really see too much of Qui-Gon. He's more... Isn't he more so in,
He's quite gone.
Oh...
He's
Shut the
quite
fuck up.
gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got stabbed by
really-
Darth Maul.
You can
Doesn't he
hear Qui-Gon.
appear in the Clone Wars, though?
Yeah.
As a ghost?
I think in
I
one
thought so.
episode.
He's in a couple.
Qui-Gon Ghost.
Yeah. Liam Neeson.
He went from Qui-Gon Jinn to Qui-Gon Ghost.
Oh.
Because I remember there's one episode that really stood out to me. It
So
was...
Is it where they were on that like realm of the Force,
Yeah. It's,
No,
it's
it
the
was...
Mortis planet.
Maybe it was that one, but there's...
where there's like the son and the daughter?
Yes, he shows up on the Mortis planet.
Yeah.
That's where he is. And then he also
was
shows up
weird.
in a vision that the Wills give Yoda.
Yeah.
He
That
shows
was
up
season
in
6,
multiple
right?
places.
Like
Yeah.
when like Yoda's kind of going through
Yoda
his
goes
whole...
on like the soul journey and
Yeah.
figures out how to live in the afterlife
It's been
somehow.
forever. No, this was the one... Who was the Jedi that... Sifo Dyas, right?
Yeah, Sifo
Yeah.
Dyas.
Yeah, they found Sifo Dyas' like lightsaber or something.
Yeah.
And I can't remember I can't remember for the life of me what it was, but that started doing something with the clones and the chips, I think.
Yeah,
The chips in
fives.
their head.
Oh no. Okay.
CT5555.
What happens is No,
Casually drops his fucking clone trooper number.
It's not hard to remember. It's all fives.
Oh, is it?
yeah, that's why they called him.
Oh yeah.
They all have names specific to themselves. Echo was
Exactly.
Echo because he wouldn't shut the fuck up when orders came through. He'd be like, "Guys, the orders are this," and they're like, "Yeah, we all heard it, dipshit."
Heavy, shouldn't you be checking the scanners? Yeah, maybe I should be checking the scanners. Look at that. Nothing's there, just like the last 100 times. And then 5 nights later, he
you
pops
just
up on the screen.
Did you just quote season 1, episode 5, Rookies?
Yes.
That episode was crazy.
It
to
was.
me,
That
'cause
episode, when I first watched it, I was like, "Oh."
He said, "What the hell was that?" That screwed me up as a kid. I was like, "Are they allowed to curse in Star Wars?"
Guys, Anakin said fuck. Fuck those younglings.
I would
Such a
love to see
vulgar
just
episode.
like all the like cut pieces, like it's like in canon stuff where the characters are just cursing like sailors, like Captain Rex.
Palpatine.
Like, I can't fucking take these battle droids shooting my brothers.
I mean, Palpatine was probably losing it after he found out the first Death Star was destroyed. 'Cause
My lord.
yeah, Vader just calls him up. Yeah, Vader. What the fuck did you do?
What's an aluminum falcon?
What the fuck's it? My lord, stormtrooper. 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 Stormtrooper.
Grayson's losing it.
The robot chicken specials are nice. Now, did you ever see the clip where like I think he's falling through the shaft of the Death Star and and calls up Jar Jar, and Jar Jar's like, "Oh yes, Palpy," and then he hangs up the phone. He's like,
My lord, our holograms are losing reception. Sorry, I'm making a burrito.
Evil Greedo.
All right, so we got off topic, but Grayson and Brandon bond over Attack of the Clones.
Oh, when's the last time you saw it, Brandon?
A couple months ago.
Fuck, dude, it's been years, but
I rewatched it, and then I got my mom to rewatch the prequels, and I watched it with her again. You know, you can hear Qui-Gon in that movie.
Yeah.
you can?
Yeah, Qui-Gon's in that movie. When Anakin's killing the Tusken Raiders, Yoda senses it, and you hear Qui-Gon say, "Try to stop Anakin." That's what he says.
He's like, Anakin. I think it might be recycled dialogue from Phantom Menace.
Still.
It's just of him going, Anakin, no.
See, if I rewatch it, I'm probably gonna get a lot more than when, because the last time I saw it, I was like 12 or 13 it was on DVD, but I
got that on DVD.
It was for a little kid watching that compared to Phantom Menace. Because you had Phantom Menace, you had the pod racing scene, and then Darth Maul, and then everything else is kind of blurred together.
Everything else is just kind of
Yeah, but dude, Attack of the Clones comes out, and then you get the Geonosian arena.
Space Iraq. You got
No. And then in Rogue One, you get the Space Taliban with, like, those freedom fighters on Jedha.
Oh, yeah.
They bag a dude's head. I'm like, dude, they made the Space Taliban.
Rogue One's good.
Dude, Rogue One was great.
Rogue One's awesome. Made
Rogue
me love
One?
the Rebellion. on a
Ben
whole new
Shapiro
level.
ranks Rogue One as his third favorite Star Wars movie.
You know,
Ben Shapiro.
swap Revenge of the Sith with Rogue One. I think you got it for me. That's it's a good movie.
It's pretty good. What about Solo?
Oh, I actually
I
kind of
watched
I like
Solo.
Solo. It was
Everybody even I boycotted it because I was
Really?
just like,
didn't.
I didn't care.
Was it because no Harrison Ford? I understand he's
No,
he's
it
old
was,
as fuck,
was because
but
I didn't care. I was
oh,
like, you really expect me to care after you butcher my boy
oh yeah, it did.
in Last Jedi?
Yeah, it did come out.
Yeah, it
like
was
immediately
yeah.
after
mainly
Last
The
Jedi.
Last Jedi.
But upon watching it, I was like, shit, that was kind of
Yeah, it was actually a pretty decent movie. I knew it wasn't going to be a masterpiece. I didn't think it would compare to Rogue One.
Oh no,
I still think Rogue One's probably the best spin-off of Star Wars. I don't
Yeah.
think it's really part of the
It's
Star
only
Wars.
other one besides Solo.
I guess for right now, then it's the best
I don't
one.
think they're doing any more spin-off
Are they
films,
not?
Really?
though. No.
No.
Oh,
Tragic.
actually,
Solo-
rumor has it that in season 2 of Mandalorian, Boba Fett's gonna show up.
Is he Boba Fett or Captain Rex?
I think it's both. That's the rumor. Tamira Morrison, who played Jango Fett, and of course,
Who played
Clones.
Boba in?
Daniel Logan.
Are they going to bring him back?
What? Were you asking for the prequel trilogy?
No. Who played Boba in like
The
the
original?
original? Yeah. Are they gonna bring him?
No. They're gonna bring back, I think, Tamira Morrison, because in
Mhm.
episode 2 they obviously Boba's a clone of Jango.
Yeah.
I think the original Boba Fett is dead.
Yeah.
I thought he died.
I think he's not gonna have. Actually, no. I don't think they're gonna take Boba Fett's helmet off. But I think Tamir Morrison's gonna provide the voice, and Boba Fett's gonna come back. And other rumors are Ahsoka's gonna show up. Captain Rex, so
Okay.
he'll probably be with Ahsoka, and Bo-Katan, if you know who that is.
Bo-Katan.
She was a Mandalorian in Death Watch in the Clone Wars. She was Duchess Satine's sister.
Was she red hair?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I remember she was with Pre Vizsla, right, for the
Yeah.
longest time, and then Maul came in,
Yeah.
killed him, and then she like rebelled.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
yeah, okay.
Screw Darth
I'm
Maul.
curious who they're gonna pick for Ahsoka, because we have yet to see a real life
Rumor
iteration.
is Rosario Dawson.
Sorry, I had to drink water.
Drink.
Hydration break.
It just got really quiet for like 3
All three of us
seconds.
are drinking water. Brandon, you got to drink. You got to keep
What?
your hydration up.
I just did it
Hydration
before you
levels.
guys did.
Oh, he was on that wave before us.
Yeah, exactly. I started it, actually.
Hipster.
Exactly.
What were we talking about?
We're talking about.
Rosario Dawson?
Yeah.
Rosario Dawson.
That's the rumor for Ahsoka Tano,
Okay.
Interesting.
Interesting.
which I'm okay with that.
Is
Um,
Baby Yoda still in there?
Yeah.
Baby
Okay.
Yoda died.
We didn't.
Did he do really?
No.
I haven't seen Mandalorian. You can tell me something bullshit and I would believe it.
Puts him on the ground and starts stomping his little head. And then he puts him in a blender, turns him into a smoothie.
And I know. Fucking stupid. I hated that trend. For like a month straight, you see nothing but I want to crush this little fucker's head in.
I was like, what's wrong with Ice Age, baby dude? He's a child.
Destroy the child.
That's the
I know
idea.
he's not Baby Yoda, but do they explain anything about that species?
No, but I think they're gonna get into it.
They're supposed to.
Because I feel like there's also a litany of other rumors of appearances for Mandalorian, like Bosk.
I've heard that somebody
Did you
wants
play
Han
Battlefront
Solo.
2?
Yes.
The campaign?
Yeah.
You know Iden Versio and
Yeah, she was the
Shriv?
main. Who?
The big guy with blue head? Who's
Oh, the
very-
Duros?
Yeah, who's very sarcastic.
Are they gonna be in there too?
That's a rumor, yeah.
Interesting.
Okay, I actually didn't know if Battlefront 2 was canon. I assumed it was, but I know. So that means Fallen Order's canon as well, isn't it?
It doesn't acknowledge it in this, but maybe it is.
So Cal Kestis is also...
Mhm.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
pretty interesting. I'm starting to realize that.
Cal Kestis. is
Yeah, I was
really-
watching the your most recent podcast. I was
Mhm.
listening to it, and you guys were like talking about how Cal, if he was actually gonna appear
Mhm.
in the movies, which I guess we can save that for your guys' script, but he would be what, 60-something years old
Yeah, he
at
does
that
not
point?
appear in my script.
Yeah, okay. I was just curious.
I'll actually. Have you guys seen Rebels?
I
Bits
didn't-
and pieces.
I didn't really like Rebels,
Okay,
to be
Bits
honest.
and Pieces is good if you're like, cause I finished it. It's cool, but my problem is all the seasons could have been shorter to make the storylines all one thing, and that was my issue. Is there was filler.
Hmm.
While in Clone Wars, all the storylines aid to like. All the storylines except maybe like
A couple episodes.
a couple
Yeah.
episodes.
Yeah.
The droid
Eight-
episode.
Basically like dumbass droid and politic episodes.
Oh my god. Wasn't the one with Jar Jar? It just featured him in the Clone Wars? I think
There was one with Jar Jar, but the
Oh
Jar
my
Jar
God.
episodes aren't terrible. in
It
Clone
was, if I
Wars.
just remember him, like,
Jar Jar
Um,
counters at 2, by the way. I've been keeping track
the
of it.
counter, the Jar Jar counter, that's great.
We've only mentioned him twice.
Yeah.
We're actually doing pretty good for Star Wars fans.
Well, give me Tom.
Jar Jar.
Oh shit. Sorry. Clone Wars very much for me. All the episodes almost not tied in with each other, but tied in with the main event going on, which is the Clone Wars, and made it this broad, just thing where you're like, oh, I'm getting to see all the pieces of this war coming together. Meanwhile, Rebels, Clone Wars can follow multiple characters. Rebels follows one group of people. So when they go off and do some random shit, it feels like they're going off and doing some random shit.
So it's a bad thing, I guess. Would you say that Rebels would have benefited if it kind of broadened its...
Rebels would have benefited if it was like, okay, we're gonna have an arc and it follows the Ghost Crew, and then maybe you go to like Saw Gerrera and his Freedom Fighters or something. But you know, Rebels was one story. I do like characters from Rebels, like Kanan Jarrus is a really cool Jedi, and he gets blinded in season 2 at the end, and he's blind. He's like kind of like Rom Coda, but
Oh, Rom Coda, wasn't he Force Unleashed?
yeah.
Oh, dude, I remember him.
Funny thing to tie in Force Unleashed. The voice actor Starkiller in Force Unleashed, who also voiced the Emperor in Force Unleashed. He voiced Starkiller and the Emperor. Sam Witwer went on to voice Darth Maul in Clone Wars, who has now gone on to voice Darth Maul in Rebels, and he voiced Darth Maul in Solo.
He voiced Darth Maul, or like he portrayed Darth Maul? Because there was
He
a hologram
voiced
of
Darth
him.
Maul.
So when's he
Oh.
going
The
to voice
original.
Leia?
When's he gonna voice Leia?
Yeah.
That's coming. He's working on it. You know, he's
Working
got to get
on
that. I recognized your foul stench.
Awful tall for a stormtrooper. Wait, why is she Cockney?
Oh, not for me, are you? Ah, by me, mate. You're quite awful tall stormtrooper, aren't you?
Bob.
Crikey!
Jesus! Calm down. All right, so
So many peaking microphones. I'm watching
Yeah.
the monitor.
Yeah, I'm just...
Solid red.
You've picked up orange a couple times. I'm like, okay, I didn't see, but that was definitely in red.
It's been quite a
Stop moving the microphone.
quite a while. I just want to see if it go red.
It didn't go
It
red.
did.
All right, so what we talking about now? We're talking about Star Wars. Anything you want? Let's talk about the sequels. What you guys thought of them?
Me?
Because anybody, if
Oh.
because I mean, me and you kind of talked about it the
Yeah,
first
kind of.
episode. So our guess, what did you think about the Star Wars sequels? Did I say prequels or sequels?
Sequels.
Let's
What
go
do you want to talk
sequels.
about? Sequels or
Sequels.
prequels?
No,
Okay.
the prequels have been talked about to death.
True.
The
Yeah.
sequels too, but let's get your
Wait, we
opinion.
could go big brain on the sequels with the whole no, not sequels, prequels with the Duel of the Fates.
What's
Oh
that?
yeah,
Okay.
Brandon talked about it last episode.
Did you hear the old Duel of the Fates spill about the lyrics?
Oh, you did. You did. You were talking about and how it.
It's big brain, man.
Big brain.
Well, let me ask you, George.
Yeah.
In Rise of Skywalker, when you were watching it, and Palpatine says, "The ritual begins," and the hooded figures start chanting, was your first reaction, "Oh my God, are they about to chant Duel of the Fates?"
I mean,
Because that was mine. Because the first opening operatic thing, I was like, "They're gonna chant." Oh, never mind. This is stupid.
That would have.
what did they chant?
That would have been insane.
They just started going, "Oh yeah!"
yeah, that's
like a
pretty
Sith
close.
chant.
Yeah, it's just.
And I was like, "Oh." Oh, J.J. Abrams doesn't like the prequels, that's why.
So, Brandon, are you saying Duel of the Fates is actually in the canon? It actually is in the movies. It's not just a orchestral piece.
Kind of, but it has meaning. Like the lyrics that you hear them chanting in the song are taken from a Welsh poem that has to do with a fight under the trees as well as a fight behind the mind.
Interesting.
So you've got the fight with.
Yeah, see, it would have been interesting if they implemented that into the chanting, because that would have actually, I guess you would say, canonized Duel of the Fates.
Yeah,
it
'cause-
wouldn't have just
Yeah.
been music.
then,
It would have been actual.
Well, actually, in Jedi
Actually.
Fallen Order, they canonize, because you see the Cantina band, and you're like, oh, obviously music exists. In the beginning, bro, you just blasted water.
Oh yeah, music exists in fucking Star Wars. Forgot about that, guys.
You just don't. You kind of don't see it a lot unless you're in a cantina or something.
True.
Cal has headphones on while he's working, and he's listening to this really badass song by a Mongolian band who wrote a fictional language. The lyrics are in a fictional. They wrote the song. It's in a fictional language for the Star Wars universe.
Oh, you mean
If you want-
Chinese?
Xiao
No,
Bao.
if you want, I definitely
Xiao
recommend
Pao,
looking this up.
Xing Fing
Maybe
Wang.
after we're done, I'll show you guys. But it's a really cool song, and he's listening to it in headphones. I'm like,
Oh yeah, I do know what you're
Star
talking
Wars
about.
Walkman confirmed.
It was like.
Yeah, yeah. I was like, Star Wars Walkman?
Star Wars Walkman. What? What the fuck would that be called in Star Wars at that point?
Star Wars
That's
Walkman.
that's your hollow radio.
It probably would be some hollow bullshit. I guess they have earbuds too, actual, not AirPods, but actual
AirPods.
earbuds
Yeah.
in the universe.
I mean, they have communicators and
Yeah.
stuff.
oh wait, they have sound in Star Wars too. I forgot.
Oh shit! I forgot.
Oh yeah.
They can hear. All right. Sequel
Oh
thoughts.
yeah.
Sequel.
Sequel. You go ahead.
Let's break it down. Force Awakens.
Good movie. Watched it at a band party. Didn't watch it in theaters. And then I watched it on Putlocker.
Oh, you mean Footlocker.com?
It's a good movie.
Legally.
There was Hindi subtitles the entire time on
those
the
are the
screen.
best ones.
But, I thought it was a pretty decent movie.
I liked Force Awakens too. Actually, I know it took a lot of inspiration from New Hope, but I feel like it did that on purpose, almost to get the new generation in Star Wars. Maybe I feel like that's what they tried to do.
Yeah, it's a soft reboot,
Yeah, and I actually enjoyed it for what
which
it
I don't
was.
think is a bad idea.
Oh, no.
It was a
I
really
think
good
Force
movie.
Awakens is the best sequel.
I thought it was too, actually. Well, from the
Um,
two I've seen, I've yet to see Rise of Skywalker, so I don't know. Maybe.
Not missing much.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Force Awakens is the best sequel. I have a couple issues which you'll see addressed in my thing.
in your
in
fucking War
in
and
my
Peace.
non-official Star Wars sequel bibble.
Is
Star
that
Wars
MLA
and
or is
Peace.
that APA?
Fucking
It's-
Chicago.
It's whatever the fuck I
JH
felt
format?
like. Yeah, it's
Oh my fucking god, it's so long!
That's
yeah.
what she said.
This is only episode 3 of a series.
Oh my
Oh
god.
boy.
Yeah.
My biggest problem with Force Awakens, and honestly the sequels in general, is that they don't use any of the previously established alien species.
Yeah.
Except for one Wookiee and a handful of Mon Calamari.
Yeah, that all die.
And one Sullivan that dies like off screen.
Didn't they kill Mon Calamari?
They killed Akbar.
Yeah, not Akbar. Yeah, not Mon Calamari. That's the planet or something.
Yeah, they kill Akbar.
They killed Akbar in Last Jedi.
Leia gets blown out of the thing, and Mary Poppins her.
She should have stayed dead.
Well, I guess you got your wish.
I only saw that in theaters. That's the only Last Jedi is the only one I saw in theaters. When I saw that, I was just like, "Oh, come on!"
I will
really?
admit,
I thought Leia was dead. I thought they were gonna do something, and that was gonna
if they killed off Leia that early, I was like, "Holy shit!" I was gonna praise them, like, "Wow, they just killed off a main character that early."
Yeah, and
it was very cinematic.
Here's the thing: something I mentioned in my Bible is the characters. I think a common theme is there's a lot of sacrifice in my stuff, but not useless sacrifice or useless death. A quote that is said in this is, "There is purpose in death." And
that's a good thing, because I like how they're bringing in old. I knew that Lando was coming back in the Rise of Skywalker, and don't get me wrong, Empire is a great movie, and I think that's simply because I loved Lando's character so much.
Lando
was great, but I feel like they need to stop. Basically, don't do as much fan service and almost try to expand on the story with Rey.
Hey, y'all remember Lando?
That's all Rise of Skywalker is.
Here's the thing. They're doing fan service the wrong way.
Yeah.
They're like, look at this character. Just have the character walk in like he's a fucking character in the story. If you want to do fan service, be like, hey, you know about the maneuver from this battle? Yeah, let's do it. Or something like that, you know?
You remember Akbar? No.
remember Akbar? What'd he do? You know, he said it's a trap.
Oh, that one.
Again.
Yeah.
Say it again. Watch this, guys. He's gonna say it. You ready? You ready? There he is. Look at us.
See, the thing is, like, they should have used old characters to, like, help solidify moments. Let them sink in.
Yeah.
Like, one of my complaints, Holdo, when she does I love the light speed ramming sequence, first off. I think it's a great idea. Shouldn't have been Holdo.
Was that the Jurassic Park bitch?
Yeah. With purple hair?
Should have been Akbar.
Should have been Akbar. It should have been his sacrifice.
Yeah.
And it shouldn't have been, because the ship, I thought the ship in Last Jedi was Akbar's ship from Return of the Jedi. Home One, it's called.
Yeah.
But no, it's another ship called the Radis, which is the Mon Calamari admiral from Rogue One, who's based off of Winston Churchill. Oh. That guy.
Oh, so does he, like, just have an alcohol problem in that movie?
He's like, fuck the Empire!
We shall fight them by the stars.
He just sounds like a Murloc from Hearthstone.
Yeah, but no. That's the Radis. But what it should have been Home One, and it should have been Akbar being like, Godspeed, rebels.
That would have been a good movie. Not good movie. That would have been a good movie, but that would have been a great scene.
Yeah, it would have been really good.
I wasn't a fan of
Holdo?
Yeah, Holdo. I just
Last
wasn't a
Jedi?
fan of her character. Yeah, I guess you can say Last Jedi in
Why am I
general.
supposed to feel bad for her death when I was just introduced to her like this movie?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, James, you'll need to get something.
Shut the
done about
fuck up. And they had a Benicio del Toro too.
Benicio del Toro's character was useless.
They wasted him, in my opinion.
You know what?
He didn't show back up, did he?
I was really hoping he would
no,
come
he
back and Rise. I was like, oh, maybe he did.
A whole third of the Last Jedi movie doesn't mean anything.
Canto Bight is a useless thing.
Because I actually like Benicio.
That's like the horse planet, right?
Yeah.
Like, think
The
about the
horse
end of the movie.
planet.
Think about the end of the movie. It has nothing to do with Canto Bight.
I know. You know who should have been the code breaker? Rose.
Or Lando.
No, just make Rose have some sort of significance besides I'm gonna go free some horses in space.
I wonder if they were even gonna plan on bringing Lando back. I wonder if they saw Last Jedi do miserably,
old names.
and they're like, hey, we need to bring back Lando or something. I'm curious if they had
Last
that planned
Jedi.
out.
J.J. Abrams wasn't gonna direct Last Jedi, or not Last Jedi, or Rise of Skywalker. The guy who made Jurassic World, the director of that movie.
Which one? The first or second?
The first one.
Okay.
The guy who directed Jurassic World, Colin Trevorrow, he was doing that. It was going to be called Star Wars Duel of the Fates.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then him and Lucasfilm parted on creative differences.
What,
And then,
well,
like,
what does that mean?
Corporate speak.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't deal with this piece of shit. Let me go.
So they bring in J.J. Abrams, and J.J. Abrams says, 1 second.
It just hits the bong. Is that what you're supposed to signify there?
Yeah, he hits the bong and shits out
The
Rise of Skywalker. And here's the Rise of Skywalker keeps like the parts that are interesting from Last Jedi, but when it can, pulls its pants down and shits on it.
Yeah,
Really
I
does.
noticed that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
Which,
really
like, at
sad,
first
too.
when I saw it, I was like, yeah, and then I'm like, oh wait, you're stopping the movie to shit on the last one. That's not good.
Oh, there's that Irish guy, and he's like, "Oh, we got to pull off some Holdo maneuvers," and they're like,
He's like,
"No,
"Oh,
that's
yeah."
1 in a million."
He's like, we gotta pull off some Holdo maneuvers, and then like Finn's like, oh, you know,
Oh, we gotta put all the hold on maneuver, eh? This is a fucking Cockney
Why
guy.
is that 1 in a million? Like, is it because she had to go down like a hyper lane or something, or they
I
just
mean,
not
probably because like, you know,
Think
if you're
like-
too far away, you're just gonna go into hyperspace before you hit the ship.
Yeah, think like the DeLorean. You've got to hit 88 miles per hour before you jump into time. It's like they got to
If
hit
she's
a certain
going too
speed.
slow, she just goes into hyperspace, missing the ships.
Oh, so you gotta go at least 30 miles per hour to hit that ship.
The distance that-
At least 30.
Yeah, you gotta get a good distance and hit the hyperdrive, and you know, boom.
yeah, the
Which
distance
still,
has to be just
like,
right.
That makes sense.
People will call that out. I just think it's a cool thing to do, and it's like, don't even mention it. Just like, you know, just be like, listen, that was a last ditch effort. Why are we gonna sacrifice
Look,
good
this
ships?
hyperspace ramming isn't that far-fetched because you've got to put in coordinates and navigate around things through hyperspace.
Yeah, I was about to say, I feel like it was in a movie, and I think Han Solo may
Yeah,
have
Han
said
says it. You
Was it
can
in
still
Solo?
smash into things while in hyperspace.
Because I remember he explained why I think somebody
Yeah.
asked him, why can't you just pull the lever and, go? It's like, well, it's a little complicated than
Yeah,
that.
because there's these things called hyperspace shadows, and you have to work around those. Think about it like hyperspace is the interstate, where you can just go in one continuous line, but you still got to maneuver around things and
okay.
bend
Yeah.
with the interstate.
I can't just pull off the road and just like go
but
across
if you
the
go on like a
mountains.
back road, but if you go on like a back road, you've got to twist around trees and around downhills around.
Yeah, so hyperspace is the interstate.
Yeah,
Makes
And
sense.
Yeah.
the space is a fucking shit show.
yeah, exactly. So you don't really have.
Especially when you're...
Might not be faster, but it's easier.
Not even the hyperspace shadows. Didn't he say you can just simply hit like an asteroid or
That
a
would
planet?
be that
too?
would be the hyperspace
Imagine
shadow.
you're
Oh,
just
the
in
hyperspace.
imagine you're
Okay.
in hyperspace and then you just hit a big ass rock. You're like, oh shit.
Yeah, what would happen at that point?
I forgot about this asteroid belt.
Oh.
Actually, speaking of hyperspace, I thought was really nice was in Force Awakens when they had to use hyperspace to get into Starkiller Base. They'd like time it just right just to get
like,
past the
all
force
right,
field.
here we go.
Like that was an interesting.
I'm not
Like,
gonna
here's
bring
the-
up my
here's the thing,
grievances
that
on
was
that.
Actually, in Clone Wars, they do that at
They
one
do?
point. Yeah, the hyperspace really close to a ship, so they're undetected.
Oh,
It's when they're getting Eth Koth from Grievous.
huh.
Anakin and like this other
Ship makes a
Jedi,
little
they
more
go
sense.
in, they're like, and then they like come up right up in the ship, and you know they come up right, and the other Jedi's like, are you trying to fly in the hallways? He's like, and Anakin's like, oh, I'll save that for next time.
I like
I'm like, I wouldn't doubt that motherfucker flying in a hallway.
Anakin was so like
in
charismatic in the Clone Wars. I
you
loved
can
him.
see why Padme wants that dude.
Dude, I
You
loved
can
him.
see why everybody's like, why is Anakin turning bad? And then in Revenge of the Sith, he's like, I had a bad dream.
Oof.
To go off tangent with the Attack of the Clones, by the way, Brandon, like I actually did kind of like Hayden Christensen's character, like Anakin. Some of his lines were fucking stupid,
Yeah.
but I liked the charm he tried to add because he was still a kid. Well, he was still training. He wasn't a master yet at that
Yeah.
time,
I mean,
so he
he
didn't
was-
know everything. And
How old was he?
I don't
He
remember.
was 10 years. I
3.
think he's 18.
He's about 18, 19.
so he was like a teenager, and
Exactly,
there's that
yeah.
whole scene where they're chasing Zam Wessel. And Obi-Wan's like, "What took you so long?" And he said, "Oh, Master, sometimes I just had to find a good. I had to go find a good speeder I like,
with the right speed and
He
stuff.
just cares. He's just a teenager,
He's
I
just a
liked his
teenager.
character in
Yeah.
that one.
Yeah.
He was
the-
he was like growing basically.
The Starkiller
Yeah.
base thing, hyperspacing close to it, that's a little wonky. Because, like, hyperdrives are supposed to have a failsafe that if you get too close to a gravity mass, it'll pull you out of hyperdrive.
To defend that, Han Solo could have modified
That's what I'm saying. He could
because the
have.
Millennium Falcon has been slashed to shit and just modified.
How many times
That's
has the
true.
fucking radar dish on top been dislodged? I feel like every movie it's always been
3
taken off.
times. Like it happens in Return of the Jedi.
Oh, there goes the fucking HBO again.
Damn it! I wanted to watch Mad Men.
My fucking Rick and Morty, no. Have you heard that guy that turns into a fucking pickle? It's hilarious.
Hey Chewie. Hey Chewie, watch this thing. He turns into a fucking pickle. It's hilarious.
It's the funniest thing I've ever seen. Oh my god.
Chewie, come here. Watch this shit.
So who originally cussed? Was it Han or Lando who like basically illegally modded the Falcon?
Lando started it off, but Lando was more pristine. You know, he was like smooth jazz, man.
He wanted
Smooth jazz.
he wanted the good looks over
He wanted the
really
good looks and stuff.
practicality.
You know, Lando had a cape full of closets, nice interior. Han was like, it's a fucking smuggling ship. Make this thing operational, my dude. Like, Lando had an escape pod, and that's what filled, you know, the middle, like, there's the two, like, the fork area in the Falcon, where there's the two things with the space in between.
Yeah.
There's an escape pod there in Solo.
That's a big escape pod.
I know.
That's the idea, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's for escaping.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I didn't know what else.
It's a whole other
Maybe
ship.
a fucking kitchen, George.
It probably does have a kitchen somewhere.
It's got a kitchen
It's got
in it,
a
you know?
built-in chessboard built into the ground.
True.
You can't move it.
Yeah, but Han was more like, this is a smuggling ship. I need boards to come up from the ground to store drugs.
To store drugs.
I mean, Han was
You
running...
mean illegal spices?
Yeah,
The spice trade.
Spice is just drugs in the Star Wars universe.
Yeah.
Death States.
Yeah, the fucking death
Yeah,
stains.
no. Spice itself is like just spice,
It gives
but
you
it's what it
telepathic
gets.
abilities.
It what?
In Star Wars, spice gives you telepathic abilities.
It's LSD.
Oh, it's like meth.
Like,
Kind of. Of course, the people.
It's like angel dust, bro.
The only reports of telepathic abilities come from the people on Spice, so it may not be true. They might just be going crazy.
worth a shot, dude. I don't know what Brandon's thinking.
Yo, dude, I'm telling you, I had this big hit of spice the other day, and I can feel.
I can see the very fabric that time is made of.
I can
the
feel
eldritch
colors.
truth is calling to me.
Actually, that happens in Rebels.
Wait,
Really?
No, like Ezra
World
falls
Between
through a
Worlds?
portal to this place called the World Between Worlds, and like the establishing shot of the episode is like in the World Between Worlds, seeing the portal that Ezra is about to fall through, and you just hear moments of time from across the Star Wars movies,
It's pretty cool.
like Rogue One, the prequels,
Ooh.
original trilogy, sequels.
I'm kind of a sucker for those things.
He saves Ahsoka Tano's life, actually.
Yeah, isn't Darth Maul in Rebels too?
Yeah, he saves Ahsoka from Vader.
Is Darth Maul good now? I'm so confused about which side he's
No,
on.
Darth Maul gets
Think
killed by
neutral
Obi-Wan
evil.
Kenobi in Rebels.
You're fucking kidding me.
No,
He dies in there?
he dies on Rebels.
Oh, I was really hoping he... What?
Maul figures out that Obi-Wan is on Tatooine and goes to confront him. And Obi-Wan and Maul, like, get in a lightsaber duel. And it's actually a very short lightsaber duel. But what happens is awesome. Like, Obi-Wan, he starts off and he does, like, the Episode 3 Obi-Wan pose.
Oh, he like puts his
and
two
you know
fingers out?
Qui-Gon's, like, fighting stance from Phantom Menace?
Oh, yeah.
He does that.
Oh, you mean stance 1?
Yeah.
Form 1, I meant.
I mentioned some of them in this.
The illegal Form 7.
He goes to Qui-Gon stance, and then he does like the Alec Guinness type stance, and then Maul, does his Maul shit, and tries to, the move that Maul used on Qui-Gon, hitting him with his lightsaber hilt and then stabbing him.
Yeah.
In fact, you know how
Yeah.
Qui-Gon gets killed?
He gets almost not backstabbed, but
Yeah,
he
Maul-
shoves his saber behind him.
Maul takes the hilt, hits Qui-Gon in the head, turns around, stabs him. Maul attempts that at Obi-Wan, and Obi-Wan just slices down through the saber. He just fucking slashes Maul across the chest.
Excellent.
They killed Maul off? So wait, when does Well, when would Solo take place? Because Maul was in the end of
Solo
that.
takes place 10 years before A New
Okay.
Hope.
I'm pretty sure Rebels takes place about 5 years before A New Hope, or maybe less.
Okay.
Season
Oh,
1,
shit.
each year is... It takes place 5 years, and the last season takes place a year before A New Hope.
It makes sense because you don't hear about Maul in the original trilogy.
I think
but
Solo
it doesn't mean
was
you can't
supposed to be
add
a
'em.
trilogy, actually.
Wait, what?
I think Solo was going to be a trilogy.
Yeah, they really cliffhangered it basically.
Drop
Yeah.
the ball on
I was kind of hoping for another one.
It
but
did lose a lot of money.
It was. I think it was bound to happen though.
I think,
It
like,
bombed.
which is sad.
by the third one, Darth Maul was going to show up in full form.
Oh wow.
I mean, you don't just show Darth Maul and tease that.
What was Han gonna do against Darth Maul?
Hey,
No,
yeah, it was about Han.
it's
What
not
was he
going to
gonna
be
do?
against Han.
Oh.
Like, Han
The
and
little
Lando
pose.
are going to be off, and they're waiting for, like, Kira, and then the door that Kira's about to run through would probably shut, and then she turns around, and there's Maul, and he's like, "You have betrayed me."
Oh,
And then he kills Kira. That's my guess. That's my fanfic.
I wanted to see Solo meet Boba Fett in a Solo movie.
Boba Fett.
Boba Fett?
Where?
Oh my god, yeah. Boba Fett, where? That was the most pussy way to go, dude. I cannot believe. I actually liked Boba Fett as a kid. He was a cool looking guy.
Boba
Boba
Fett.
Fett. The Mandalorian just look. Is
I was,
iconic.
as a kid, I was scared of Palpatine and Darth Vader. Whenever they were on the screen, I'm like, yeah, I don't like them. But when Boba Fett was on the screen, I was like, yeah, Boba
Fett.
Fett.
I want to
Chad.
beat Boba Fett.
I want to meet Boba Fett.
Boba Fett is a
You talking
Chad.
about Darth Vader?
Dark Vader.
Dark Vader.
Darth Vader is a dog.
And Kylo Ren's out here like, suck these nuts.
Show
You say that in The Last Jedi. I don't remember that line.
Suck these. He said that to Snoke before he killed him. Suck these nuts.
He's got his helmet on. Grandfather, show me the dark side.
You sound like Kermit.
Grandfather.
That was like that was a pretty good scene in Last Jedi. The whole Rey and the fight with
I thought
Snoke.
that was cool,
Good use of
especially
colors.
killing Snoke.
But guess what? The
Because-
downside is it was in
listen.
fucking Last Jedi.
Listen, here's the thing.
What?
To me, in Star Wars, if a character is killed off like that, that shows that they're insignificant.
Uh-huh.
So Snoke was
So Boba
insignificant.
Fett.
So Snoke was insignificant
I
to the
mean,
whole
yeah.
plan. They could have done. Listen, I think they actually handled Snoke and Rise of Skywalker pretty well.
But
Is
making
he
him a
in Rise of
clone?
Skywalker?
No.
Well, yes.
Well,
and no.
kind of.
Kylo Ren walks
Well-
in, and he's like, and Palpatine's like, "I'm gonna be your new master," and Palpatine's like, "I made Snoke."
Yeah. There's just like a jar with a bunch of Snokes in it,
Uh,
like off to the side.
Yeah.
I think
Jesus
the Snoke clone.
Christ.
I think the Snoke clone thing was dumb. It would have been better if Palpatine was just like, "I'm using him as a puppet."
He should have been Joruus the Bayoth.
I like your idea now.
Legend
It does make
shit.
sense that I can see it better. Because when I first saw Last Jedi and they just killed Snoke like that, I'm like, you're fucking kidding me. He had like 10 minutes of screen time, but when you mention the fact that he's basically just a puppet in a bigger
Scheme.
yeah, I'm like, okay, now it makes a little more sense.
Wish they had
But
planned that out better.
Yeah, it's almost like they should have gotten together, a creative team, and plotted out
That
3
actually
movies.
cared about the canon,
Yeah,
because their creative team doesn't care about
it's
the
it's
canon.
it's almost like they should have done that.
But
Wow.
they didn't.
But you know what? Fuck it.
You know
They
who
just-
is doing that? Transformers is doing that.
Marvel?
Screw Marvel.
yeah, fuck you.
Hey,
Fuck you. Who's
I
Ant Man?
you mean Goofy Man?
Bring me a good Wolverine
The
will
Iron
talk.
Patriot.
Don
What?
Cheadle, Don
What's
Cheadle.
wrong with Marvel?
Yes.
Endgame was great.
I mean,
Endgame
Marvel's
was
okay and all,
Messed
but
up the time stream.
I just look at Marvel
Kang
like
is coming
Infinity
to-
War.
set things right.
Yeah, that would be fine.
They
'cause
killed 2014 Thanos. How is that not a problem?
Do you remember the way they explained?
Well, their time travel.
alternate dimensions.
They made
Wait.
alternate dimensions.
They made alternate timelines, basically.
See, that does. It came from 2014. Thanos came from 2014. They killed him in 2023.
Yeah, their explanation really screwed
Listen,
with me.
listen. Here's the thing: we're talking about people flying in iron suits and Thor with a mystical.
And Don
Who
Cheadle
gives
with
a
the
scientist
Fuck
out of
off
fucking
with Don
window at that
Cheadle.
point? Guys, science is out of the window.
Mortal Kombat's
Okay.
time travel is making more sense
Here's
than
the
this.
here's the thing. Here's the thing. Science is out of the window in the Marvel universe. Science is out of the window in the Star Wars universe.
Tony Stark millionaire. Nuh-uh.
Let's talk about Star
Nuh-uh.
Trek.
Star
Okay,
Trek.
it's Star Trek.
What the fuck? I don't know
Star
anything about
Trek.
Star Trek.
I love Star Trek.
God,
I started watching.
I'll almost go as far
Oh
as
yeah,
to say
Star Trek.
I like Star
Klingon.
Trek more than
I
Star
am
Wars.
Chris Pine.
Not that Star Trek. The nuclear vessel Star Trek.
I don't know what
Dude,
that is.
I was never a Star
Y'all
Trek. I was
must be
never
mistaken. That's a lie.
The only thing I know is
Star Trek 4.
fucking despicable.
Patrick Stewart as
Picard.
Captain Picard. Captain
Data.
Picard.
There's something on the wing.
It's not Star Trek.
Dude, that's what Twilight Zone?
Twilight Zone.
Black Mirror.
Oh, yeah, that's the original Black Mirror.
Something on the wing.
Oh
Oh
God.
boy.
My name is James Tiberius
Spock.
Kirk.
Oh, you're talking.
Well, where is he from? Fucking Iowa? I can't remember.
Iowa?
Something
I
like
think
Iowa.
I think he's from Iowa.
He's an Iowan.
Like the original. I don't know if they always keep the
Captain
same.
He's an
Kirk?
Iowan.
Yeah.
Pretty sure he's from Iowa.
Iowa.
He just works in space though.
Yeah, I think he's from Iowa because that's where they built the ship. Because like,
Oh, really?
in the new movie, like he was in that convertible, and he's listening to for copyright
Oh,
reasons.
Sabotage.
I can't say the name of the band. It's the Monster Men. You know,
Monster
Men.
The monster.
The Beast Boy.
Oh yes. Which song was it, George?
Sabotage.
Oh, you can't say that.
Oh shoot. Well,
Well,
I already said it. We're fucked.
tamper. You mean
Demonetized.
tampering?
why would you build ships in Iowa? though?
Saboteur. Saboteur.
Sure.
Saboteur.
Yeah.
By
They sabotage.
All right.
Wanna get
Why don't
to
you? Yeah, why don't you say
the
what?
meat?
Because we can kind of.
Meat of the
Let's get into
podcast?
the gravy. We're having a good time bullshitting. That is hour one. Let's get into the reason we have assembled here. All four of us have come together with
The council.
an alternative option
Oh my god, I
for
forgot
the
this
sequel trilogy. Why are you laughing?
I don't know.
I forgot that's what we're here for. I think you said it in the beginning of the podcast. Oh, we're here to talk about this.
The council
Skibbity-bop.
the council is here to deliberate for alternative
no.
versions of the sequel trilogy.
Oh boy.
All right,
Who's going
I'll
first?
go last.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Should I go first?
Brandon,
Oh. Okay.
left to right. Let's go.
Mine's not very lengthy.
Wow me.
It's
Wow,
what,
you?
It's the content.
I don't know if
Yeah.
I'm really pitching movies at this point. More I'm just
Hey, you can do it any way
more
you
just
want.
listing what I think should have been established in the world.
Here's what it is. It's what you would have liked to see.
What I would have liked to see. Well,
Not that Rey Skywalker bullshit.
no, I took Rey completely out. I replaced her with
She's in mine.
Jaina Solo, who is Ben Solo's. No, actually, it's Ben Solo's. No, not Ben. Jason Solo, his twin sister. Shoot, I said brother. Oh well.
Okay, just keep going. Keep going.
Just keep going.
Hey, we're recording, right?
Yeah, I think so.
We're on air.
But it's also like she's part of Luke's Jedi Order that doesn't get blown up in this version, and the Jedi are actually something they've actually returned because there was a whole movie about the return of the Jedi. But in Force Awakens, the Jedi aren't here anymore. But I thought the Jedi had returned, so we're gonna actually keep the Jedi returned this time around, with Jaina being a Jedi, and she's got her purple lightsaber, and she's also got the same blaster as Han does, her dad. And so
EL-44.
exactly.
She has a purple one.
The mouse.
Yeah, she's a purple lightsaber.
So, what's that? What does that signify? Because I know Mace was the only one that had the purple.
It's something to do with like
Hers purple or magenta?
I'm pretty sure it's purple.
It's a weird color, anyways. I wonder how you get.
It's
lean
more pink
colored.
than purple.
I don't know. It's purple or pink magenta.
Little
whatever you
Uzi
wanna
Vert
call it.
saber.
But I mean, like the missed opportunities they had by not using Jaina was that she could be surrounded by stormtroopers and be deflecting laser bolts back at them and also shooting them.
true. And you know, like, she shouldn't even have to aim her gun. Like, she could just knock
Exactly.
her own bullets in whatever
Yeah.
direction she wants.
Yeah.
Bro, she could play baseball with blaster.
Yes.
Was that against like the Jedi code to use a blaster? I know
Not-
Obi-Wan hated it, but
Uncivilized weapon.
Hey,
Not Luke's.
we're talking about the new Jedi Order.
Yeah, this
well,
is
yeah, I'm just saying like
this is Luke's Jedi
yeah.
Order, which is all about whatever you feel the Force calls to you through. So you can use
Oh.
guns. You don't have to wear Jedi robes. You can wear all sorts of stuff.
That's how we
If you
get
want.
dude,
badasses like Kyle Katarn.
Yeah.
ISIS Jedi.
I mean, like, it's not necessarily about the politics of being a Jedi. It's more of just following the Force, which
Okay.
is what Ahsoka and Qui-Gon try to do. And
I think you'll like some of the stuff I have in mind.
yeah, that'd be good.
I like that.
Yeah. I also brought up the topic of current status of like the Wookiees, because they were enslaved by the Empire, and one of our main characters was a Wookiee. So
It's
how
time to go crackheads.
yeah, how do they react to that? So the Wookiees might be more involved with the Republic, since one of them helped reestablish it, as in Chewbacca,
Hell yeah.
and Chewie's family might be involved in the story
Oh,
somewhere.
you talking about Lumpy?
Not that one.
Lumpy.
I was thinking
Star
more
Wars Holiday Special.
whatever
Don't worry
made-
about
The fuck?
it. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
Dude,
Lumpy?
let's just say Chewbacca has a kid named Lumpy, and Carrie Fisher is coked the fuck out.
This is like Godzilla and Godzuki.
Just go look it up tonight on YouTube. Star Wars Christmas Special. It's a ride. It's crazy.
Boba
There's
Fett
an there's
breakdance.
That's where Boba Fett first appeared. In an animated
Oh.
segment.
Really?
That looks
Yeah.
like they're all on LSD. Like Luke's flying around in a fucking Y-wing for some reason.
Wow.
Excellent.
That's crazy.
Alright,
But we've also got Chewie's nephew, Lobaka, who is a Jedi under Luke. Now, I guess. So that's what I've got there. What else have I got? Something to do with. Oh yeah, the Battle of Jakku I replaced with the Battle of Tatooine, where the Empire,
So instead of Jakku, Tatooine is littered with a bunch of ships.
something like that, maybe.
Really brings a place
Imagine if Mos Eisley Cantina just gets fucking pummeled by a Star Destroyer.
Okay, I'm not doing that kind of damage, but like,
That's a lot of
like,
damage.
Like Jakku is
God
just
damn
meant
it.
to be Tatooine, so why not just use Tatooine? And the whole idea is that the Imperial remnants are struggling to take control of some planet, and since Tatooine recently lost its head crime boss Jabba, they think it's ripe for the picking.
Yeah.
Thing is, Jabba's son is now trying to take control of what he had.
Oh, we
control
talking
of.
Rada the
We're
Hutt?
talking Rada the Hutt.
Is he the one from
Clone
like, the
Wars?
movie?
He's the movie.
Yeah.
What the
And
fuck?
yeah,
Dude, I mentioned the Clone Wars movie in one of my pitches,
yeah.
pitch, too.
And Rada ends up have a. Rada calls Ahsoka.
Bruh.
Rada calls Ahsoka Tano.
Yeah, and I think that might be where Ahsoka ends up meeting Luke.
Oh yeah, and they wouldn't have met, would they?
Yeah. One big thing that I think needs to happen is Ahsoka and Luke need to meet.
Ahsoka needs to help Luke reestablish. She's not going to become a Jedi again.
No.
But she just, I think after Rebels, she just serves the Force.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. That's
She's a
what it
servant
is.
of the Force.
Yeah.
Guardian of the Will.
She's honestly the light side of the Force. Because of the whole Mortis thing where Anakin brings her back to life.
Yeah.
And you know, the owl follows her around, which is... She's basically the walking embodiment of the light side of the Force now.
She's so pure.
I had to get my hair out of my eyes.
Yep.
Everybody's
That's
looking.
why I have this.
See, Jedi... Oh yeah, the New Republic is actually competent and is a thing.
That's an issue.
I got rid of the Star Killer base because I don't want to rehash the Death Star again.
Okay.
I don't think I have a whole lot left, but Snoke unites remnants of the Empire into the First Order, and Snoke has a drive that's like non-Force users are inferior beings.
Oh, so there's like a Hitler element to it.
Kind of, yeah. I think I got that from Joris Sabaoth's drives in Timothy Zahn's books, that he thinks non-Force sensitives are inferior. And you could even make Snoke kind of like Joris Sabaoth in that he's a clone of a past Jedi during the Clone Wars. The idea I had is that Snoke was a Jedi who found out who Palpatine was, and then Palpatine killed him. And then somehow
cloned his ass?
cloned him. I never really got past the whole cloning idea.
So you still want Palpatine to be alive, right?
No, I don't want Palpatine
Oh.
to be alive. Palpatine stays dead.
Okay.
So I didn't really make much of a trilogy, but those are
It's an
ideas.
interesting setup.
No, you basically just made improvements, quality of life.
You
Yeah.
basically
You
just
know,
said,
which I'm
"Hey,
happy.
here's what we're gonna. These are the people. This is the stuff.
And Jason
This is the
turns bad.
conflict. You know.
Yeah, Jason turns dark because he agrees with Joros Sabaoth.
Oh,
And-
fucking neo-Nazi bastard.
And then and then his sister's all like, "What the hell are you doing? Stop being stupid." And he's like, "But I'm following my grandfather's legacy." And the Skywalker family's constantly trying to tell him that he's not following Anakin's legacy, he's following Vader's legacy, and that there's a difference.
Yeah, it's like, yo, dumbass, you do remember Vader turned good, right?
And I had the idea of keeping the same crossguard lightsaber, and the scene where he fights Luke on Crate.
Except it's not hologram Luke.
It's not hologram Luke, and Luke still doesn't really fight him. It's more of Jason attacks Luke to the point that
Luke is attacking Jason with
Luke-
words.
Yeah, something like that. And eventually, Jason swings his lightsaber down on Luke's saber hard enough to where it overloads Jason's lightsaber and explodes in his hand and hits him in the face.
Oh, and that scars him up.
And the more he tries to... Yeah. And then Luke says something along the lines of, "I can hold out my hand for your redemption like I did your grandfather, but it's your choice to make as to whether you come back to the light."
You know how I got these scars?
Yeah.
Dude, look at that! Did you see that?
Yeah.
Oh, calm down.
It went red, guys. You
Oh,
can't
boy.
see it, but it went red.
It went red.
Whole lot of red, baby.
That's a lot of.
a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage.
Do I
I
have...
like that's a problem I had with the sequels too. It shouldn't have been the Resistance, and in Force Awakens, the fucking New Republic shouldn't have been blown away by Starkiller Base.
Let's put it on Coruscant this time.
Yeah. How
Blow
about how about the New Republic are the good guys, and the First Order is like just a neo-Nazi group that's like, hey, we found some shit and got funding.
Hey.
Let's go to war, boys.
And then Yuzon Vong.
Explain the Yuzon Vong. They seem confused.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
are an
sorry.
extra galactic species that invades the Star Wars galaxy, and they hate technology. The Yuzon Vong are a species that hate technology.
And Prim. And Prim.
Anarcho-primitivist.
But they have this crazy biological technology, and they've got a terraforming process. Like, they invade Coruscant at one point and terraform the entire planet. So where it used to be all cities, it's now just a organic planet.
It's just the Grand Canyon at that point.
So it's like Ann Prim Reapers from Mass Effect.
I guess.
Oh shit.
And
Okay.
how that all plays out. This is not an original idea. It's actually a...
You're pulling very heavily from Star Wars Legends
Yeah,
books.
exactly. But the Yuzon Vong War book series was like 30-something books long.
Is that the same one where, like, Palpatine was preparing for it?
Something along that.
Palpatine
yeah.
was preparing.
There's that blue
Yeah.
guy, right?
Maybe.
Thrawn?
I don't know. I know Chewie gets
Yeah, Admiral
crushed.
Thrawn, right? Wasn't he part
Thrawn
of
does
Legends?
pop up.
Yeah,
in mine.
I know Chewie gets crushed by a moon in the Yuzon Vong War.
Yeah, he just fucking dies in that one.
No. You want to know? You want to hear the best part? Han paints the Falcon black after that.
Blends into space.
Oh yeah, Jaina and Jason have a brother named Anakin Solo.
And he's a little shit.
Jason kills
Well,
him.
no wonder they named him fucking Anakin. It's like naming your kid a Hitler at that point. Like, what do you expect from him?
And Jason
Hey,
kills his little brother.
Adolf, come here.
Is that everything? I think so.
Bye.
I like his
I'm gonna
ideas.
throw- I'm
Like, there's a lot of good legends out there.
Yeah, there is. There's some
Yeah,
stupid
there are
stuff.
some stupid legends,
Stupid
but
shit,
there's some.
Hey, it's like
interesting
everything.
legends.
If you create this expansive universe, there's gonna be stupid shit and cool shit.
Well, I
Exactly.
wish Disney didn't retcon all legends. I wish they kind of picked
Well, even
and
if they
chipped toes.
even if they
Yeah.
did retcon Legends, they could introduce it back in with like modern adaptations.
Just like what Dave Filoni's doing. I mean, like, should we tell them about Kanan and Hera?
What about them?
They have a son, remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, and Kanan and Hera's son is named Jason, spelled the exact same way as Jason Solo, but he's Jason Syndulla.
So you think they're gonna try to
Maybe not
maybe retell the story?
Not retell it, but the fact that he's named after that character, and a bunch of other things that Dave Filoni has incorporated into
From
his show.
Legends
From
into
Legends,
Rebels.
yeah, into Clone Wars and The Mandalorian too. And like, there's a unused Clone Wars episode about the Yuzon Vong, where the Yuzon Vong was Yuzon Vong scout was supposed to come to the Republic and assess the status of the Republic and what the Jedi are. That was the idea.
And I'm assuming it was scrapped because...
Also, the Yuzon Vong are supposed to be such a violent race that the Force is not connected to them.
Oh.
They don't vibe with it.
They don't. That's a little
Midichlorians.
crazy. That's a little crazy. The Clone Wars arc wasn't supposed to do the Force immunity, but I think you could make them resistant to it. So, like, you try to Force push a Yuzon Vong, they may not get actually pushed.
That's a game changer.
Yeah, exactly. They can be pushed, but maybe not easily.
Get 5 Jedi in a room, you can do anything.
Exactly.
Strong.
Really?
God! 5 Jedi in a room could take on.
But
I don't know who they could take on, but they could take on
A few
somebody.
waves of third graders with the 5th grade mini boss.
I mean, apparently 5 Jedi can't take on a couple stormtroopers, or clone troopers, I should say, because, you know,
Okay, here's the thing.
they're so adept at
If-
blocking droid blaster bolts,
Here's
but...
the thing about Order 66. They didn't expect that. First off,
Yeah.
only people who are very in tune with the Force sensed it coming, and they survived.
But then you had Kiad Mundi, the cone head looking motherfucker, and he actually killed one. He blocked. He like deflected it, and he killed a clone trooper.
yeah, but
He's gonna go on, but no, he just dies. I'm like, really?
no. He's got a giant entire like battalion behind him. Just
I
like,
know,
unload, boys, and he's got. You got to think. Not all the Jedi were killed by just a clone trooper with a gun. There was artillery too, so they might have just shoot him with the tank, bro. He can't block the tank blast.
Yeah, I saw something about Quinlan Voss, which I don't think it didn't Quinlan survive? Isn't that canon?
I don't
can't
know.
remember.
Maybe.
But supposedly in Revenge of the Sith, there's like they didn't put in the movie. There was a scene where Quinlan Voss was in one of the walkers, and there was a walker in front of him. They just turned the turrets around and shoot at him. They straight up just shoot turrets at him.
Sheesh.
So I don't know if that's true or not. Because people say Quinlan's still alive. I don't know that he survived.
I know there was a Clone Wars arc he was supposed to be a part of that never got made.
See, that's the thing. I
Dang.
don't know what's truly canon and what
There is a
isn't because
book.
there's so many.
There's
like,
a book called Dark Disciple based on the Clone Wars arc, and it has Quinlan. So
One more thing I'm going to
just
add.
consult Wikipedia.
Yeah, that's a good resource.
That helped me so much with
God,
this.
with
There's one more thing I'm going to add into my sequels. It's the Nogri, which you guys probably don't know what the Nogri are, but they're a species that reside on a planet that Darth Vader crashed on during the time of the Empire. And the Nogri's planet had pretty much been mined to shreds by the Empire to build the Death Star. And then Vader crashed on that planet, or landed on it, and then somehow saved the Nogri species using Imperial funds and whatnot. And so the Nogri worship Darth Vader as a god. And they're also able to smell a person's bloodline, to tell who they're related to if they spin. It's kind of a dumb ability, but basically what happens in the
I
books...
smell your daddy.
at first, in Timothy Zahn's books, they're against the Skywalker twins, but eventually they meet Leia and smell who she's related to, and that she's Darth Vader's daughter. And then they suddenly turn on Thrawn and work with the Skywalker twins, because they're the offspring of their god.
that is a weird ability. It's
You
very,
smell like your
Yeah.
dad.
But the idea I had incorporating that is that some of them split off with Leia and Luke and Jaina, and
So
then
there's
some
a
of them
fracture in the tribe.
then some of them split off with Jason, because they're loyal to Vader, and this one's more like Vader.
Oh, this one's got a red lightsaber, bro.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm kind of team red, you know?
Yeah, so like Jason could be the second coming of their god Vader.
And so you're saying that they're basically these Nogri are going to basically pit themselves against each other.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
Is that all?
that's all I had for the Nogri.
What do they look like?
Round of applause for
I'll find a
Brandon
picture.
Fitch.
They have needled teeth.
Had to make it peak at least once.
Just yes! Yes!
Okay,
Oh.
that's what a nogri looks like.
Okay.
Okay.
They have
They're a
like
lot meaner looking than I thought. When I hear Nogri, I thought of like.
that's what he
blocks.
looks like in Rebels.
He's a little nicer looking in that one.
Yeah, I
Wait,
don't
what?
like
Let me see that.
Rebels. Rook.
Rook was a Nogri?
Yeah, Rook is a Nogri.
I didn't
So
know.
Nogri are technically canon, but they just don't look as cool.
Rook
They don't have those needle teeth.
God, we can't even talk about that.
All right. Grayson, you're up.
Oh shit. Well,
Oh boy.
I mean, my Star Wars my knowledge is so small compared to you guys, but
I mean,
I
if you
feel
just
like-
want to be like, these are changes. That could
yeah, I want to
better.
make like quality of life improvements to
If
the
you wanna-
sequel.
Hot fakes.
If you want
Hot
to learn
fakes
more about
Star
Star Wars, I have an old RPG game that I dug up from the 80s, like Dungeons and Dragons, but it's Star Wars.
Really?
Yeah, it runs on a D6 system, but it's
I don't know what that is.
It's just like a
dice.
six-sided die.
Yeah, six-sided die.
Oh, you said when you said D6, for some reason I thought of like a computer system.
But if you
like
guys
a Commodore, I'm like, oh my god, you're pulling out like ancient things.
like, if you guys are interested, we could set something up with that because it's really
we just
fun.
play it on the podcast,
That'd be-
and you just hear dice rolls.
We could
Should.
That's a
We could do-
podcast episode.
Yeah, we
Guys.
could do like maybe once a month.
No, I was
We
gonna
do
say like
episodes.
put a mic next to
Yeah.
the dice. You just hear,
You
you
can
hear
even.
a couple pages flipping.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can video it, but
We'd have to get more microphones and stuff. That would be a bigger production.
Yeah, I've already made a character. His name's Jake Starkiller.
Yeah. I'm thinking about doing a clone campaign where everybody makes clones and they start out with their CT numbers, and then I put you through trainings and see how you gain your clone name.
And then we
One,
get
two, three, four.
deployed to a fucking Nom
And
planet.
then I'll deploy you to Umbara.
I'm about to say, is it Umbara? Because that's like that's the Vietnam. That was
Oh,
like,
great, boys, we're dropping into Umbara.
you need to do John Smith, the Wookiee.
John Smith, the most like white name, and you're gonna make him a fucking Wookiee.
Yeah,
Dude,
he's
I
in
can
accounting.
dude, the Umbara campaign, I'm like, yeah, my clone doesn't even wear a helmet. He's just got a bandana. He's got like a fucking rifle. He doesn't.
He's got Ray-Bans.
He doesn't
It's a
stand,
dark planet. He's just wearing sunglasses.
He doesn't stand up in the gunship. He sets on the side. He's like, boys, turn on the HoloNet radio.
Starts playing Fortunate Obi-Wan.
Oh boy. Okay, back to Grayson.
Quality of life changes. I wasn't a fan of Rey. It was just her character. They didn't really do anything with her, and I think
She's
the
just kind of there.
the biggest
And
reason I didn't
becomes
like
a
her,
hero.
I don't like her backstory.
She has
Like-
no backstory.
Like
just
she was
kinda
raised an orphan or
She
quote
gets
unquote.
heated on a planet.
because Luke had a background. Basically they had a family. They were
Yeah,
growing up
he was
with
raised
family.
by his
Yeah.
uncle and aunt.
But I
He's
hate
the
that
son of
like
Darth Vader.
rebellious. It was kind of the same with Jyn Erso, but I like Jyn Erso a lot more than Rey.
I love Jyn Erso.
Yeah, it's just she also kind of had that rebellious side, where it's like
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of. If you're too rebellious, you act like snarky, come off
Yeah.
like an asshole, and that's what fucking Rey seemed like for the longest time. Like episode 7, she was like, "Nyeh, nyeh, nyeh." She was extremely. Oh my bad. Don't know how long I wasn't talking to the mic.
No. You were talking to the mic. I was just doing that so you could raise your levels a
Oh,
little.
You want him to raise his levels?
no.
Well, he's
Make it
talking
red.
normally right now. No!
You're gonna have to take that out.
God.
Post. Oh my
Dude,
God.
All right. Turn the mic back
Yeah,
where it
okay.
was. That way, okay, just raise your voice.
sorry,
all right,
everybody.
You're good.
Yeah.
You're good right there.
Basically just change her background. Make her more likable, because I didn't like Rey at all. I liked Poe he was charismatic. He kind of reminded me of Solo in a little bit.
Oh.
Poe to me, and I heard this in a video essay I watched. He's supposed to be like the summation of Luke, Leia, and Han. He's a good pilot. He's he's a scoundrel.
He's got good
scoundrel.
heart.
Yeah.
No, he was.
Yeah.
I
And
liked
he's
his
got
character.
the heart of Leia, the personality of Han,
He's a
and the
pilot.
flight skills of Luke.
Then he had like that Tally person who died in the
He's
last
a-
Jedi.
He's
Tali
a-
Lentra?
Yeah, the girl. She was in one movie, then she blew up in the anger.
You see, Poe is a ragtag pilot with a heart of gold.
You know, I liked Poe.
Yeah, and I forgot
he
to
was not.
mention that
was cool.
I kept
in
Poe
Last
actually,
Jedi and Rise
and I
of
made him a
Skywalker.
romantic thing with Jaina. And they're
Oh,
always
really?
kind of like butting heads with each other over who's the better pilot.
Oh. Okay.
Then they kiss and make up.
Yes, as one does.
Han Solo didn't really have any competition. He was really the only
Exactly.
pilot in the original
And now his
trilogy,
daughter
so-
has got this
Oh, no, Luke
random
was a
dude
pilot.
from.
Wedge.
Wait, oh, you mean Porkins? Oh, I'm going down!
Big
What?
Boy.
I don't know, it's got really quiet there.
Wedge it up, baby. Wedge it up.
I didn't know what to say about that fucking song about Wedge.
Hey man, Wedge was the leader of Rogue fucking Squadron in Return of the Jedi.
The
so
PSP
respect
game?
the man.
Rogue Squadron.
Bruh.
Who was the guy that flew into the bridge of the Star Destroyer? Wasn't he in an
He's in the
A-Wing?
A-Wing.
He was in an
He's
A-Wing.
got
Yeah,
that little
he-
eyepiece. He's like,
I can't shake it. and then Admiral Piet's just like, fuck.
Also,
and they like run back and it goes.
Are you done?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
yeah,
I'm
this is
sorry.
my time. You can tell your stupid version of sequels.
I got a
I'm
Porkins
done.
cameo.
Oh, no, you don't.
It's just dead.
You fucking liar.
Comes back as a force ghost.
Brandon, don't tempt me. He's
Oh my god.
He comes back to haunt Luke.
Luke, why couldn't you save me? Who the fuck are you?
I don't think Luke even
How did you
remembers
fit
it.
in that cockpit?
How did he fit in that cockpit?
they just smushed him in.
They built it around him.
They had a big stick and just kind of kept pushing it in, almost like Play-Doh getting put back into
You
the
see, the
jar.
front and back of the X-wing detached when he wasn't flying, and it became like a wheelchair.
You think they just had a bigger X-wing for him?
No, the seat was put in from the bottom, and when the seat lifted down, it had
Are you like talking about like Police Academy, that black guy who has to take out the front seat of the car, send the back seat to drive it? That kind of shit with the X-Wing. Porkins got the best shit for you right here, dog. You just take out the fucking front seat.
They really did Porkins wrong. He should have been in the last movie.
They named him Porkins.
Star Wars: The Rise of
They
Porkins.
named him Porkins arrives on Octo
Wasn't
and
there-
rallies the Porgs.
Wasn't there a Snoke theory that he was Porkins?
Come on, that's bullshit.
people were
Come
Porkins?
on.
Or no, do you know how many people were Snoke
I was
after
Snoke.
Force Awakens? Literally, like, Joe Schmo from down the street around the corner was Snoke at one
That
point.
random dude in that cantina scene.
Oh yes, yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
The Bat guy.
I was gonna say the
Bro, C-3PO's Snoke!
what were they called? It was the snow the Talls.
Snokelings.
The Thal.
Shut the fuck up. The Talls, they had they were in the Clone Wars series in the
Orto-Plutonia?
Orto-Plutonia, yeah.
Yeah.
There was one of them in the Mos Eisley Cantina.
The Thorians. Yeah.
Can I
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Go. Porkins.
I would shut the fuck up! I don't even want to tell my shit anymore, alright? It's not even good. I just was gonna say keep Finn, because I actually liked Finn as well. He was an interesting character.
Yeah, Finn.
Rose, I don't know what they would have to do with Rose. I couldn't come up with anything about
I have
it.
an idea.
Yeah, no.
Make her a Twi'lek or something. Make her an alien. Instead of just keeping her the same human that we've always had, make her an alien character.
Yeah.
They didn't really have an alien
Exactly.
besides.
Besides
fuck?
Chewbacca,
Chewbacca.
he's just fluffed over from the original trilogy.
And you know what? I'm gonna make another thing. Whenever you show a starfighter assault, don't fucking kill off the alien pilot, because the alien pilot's always gonna fucking die first. I already know. They had the
Star Wars has no respect for the
They don't. They had the
minorities.
fucking Abadinos alien.
Star Wars is racist against
It
aliens.
kind of is. If you're not a human,
on a
you're
species-
dead.
On a species
It's xenophobic, I think. That's the correct word.
level. Not specious, man.
Specious!
Species.
I would say get rid of Captain Phasma. She contributed like nothing.
She
to
was
be
just
honest.
made to sell action
Captain
figures, and you can't
Phasma.
convince me otherwise.
Captain Phasma would have been cool if she survived Last Jedi and her and Finn had
Yeah.
a final
Yeah,
showdown.
because it was so anticlimactic.
Phasma was Finn's like bad guy per se. Like he needed to meet
Mm-hmm.
her in every movie.
Kind of like Boba to Han. Or, well,
Kinda.
I guess it
Well,
wasn't
thing is
then.
though, Boba's
Remember
actually
that
cool.
terrible Rebel Scum dialogue? The
Yeah,
where
Rebel
he's
scum.
yeah. It was bad.
I mean, her armor was cool, but her character was
The
useless.
Last Jedi has
Yeah,
worse
yeah,
dialogue
yeah.
than
I
the
think it would have been
prequels.
cool if John Boyega got to use his British accent. Yeah, I'm a stormtrooper.
Why didn't they just let him keep his British accent?
I don't
Did they
know.
just keep that for
I think
Empire
it-
officers?
I don't know. Probably.
There was something to do. There's a YouTube video that always pops up on my
He talks. He
recommended.
was like, I think John Boy. He was like, yeah, they didn't want me going around like, yeah, my name's Finn. I'm a stormtrooper.
I think
I'm like-
Clones had Australian, Twi'leks had a French accent. So like
Clones
accents
have
were
a
then
New Zealand accent.
New Zealand, my bad.
Who had a Mississippian accent? The Ewoks?
I'm pretty sure
Rhodians.
Twi'leks are
Rhodians?
French.
Rhodians, Greedo.
Twi'leks are French.
Okay.
I was going to do the impression, but I can't bring myself to do it.
Oh, we talking not Jar Jar.
He's in it, too.
Jabba the Hutt. Bow shooter. Jabba the Hutt is the southern guy. Think about it.
I think
I
I
can
know
see
a
it.
swear word in hoodies. I think
Really?
it's Ichuta.
Ichuta. What does it mean? What would that
You
translate
son
to?
of a bitch.
God.
I don't remember. I don't. My brother's been trying to figure out how to speak hoodies, and he's basically.
Can you actually speak Huddy?
No,
Is it
my
a Nihil
brother-
You can
language?
speak Dothraki.
My brother
Speak
did some
Huttese.
research into it. Is that there are a couple words actually in hoodies, and the rest of it is just bullshitting it. You just say random syllables, throw in a bunch of U's, E's, and Ch's, and you're good.
I want to learn Geonosian.
Ujima.
Geonosian. Apparently, no. It is a learnable language. I watched this fucking guy break it down, like as a linguist.
Like dancing? Oh, he broke the language down. Okay.
Broke it down.
all right. Let's let Grayson finish out strong.
He shut down.
Make it red.
I don't want to talk anymore.
Come on.
I don't want to talk anymore. I was thinking about making it red. It's like I've done it too much. I don't want to blow the mic out. I mean, basically,
don't.
what I was gonna say, you guys have already said it. It was just quality of life improvements. I can't speak about Rise of
Make 'em
Skywalker.
better.
Yeah, I haven't seen but Last Jedi, there needs to be something done with that one.
Yeah.
Get rid of some characters, straight up. Get rid of Phasma.
Holdo.
Yeah, get rid of Holdo. Tali Lintra. I mean, she could have been like the competition you said, Brandon, to Poe, but they killed her off too early.
Yeah.
Maybe
Or,
they
you know, she
maybe
could've
they
been
introduced her
Wedge.
earlier on.
Yeah.
Sequel trilogy Wedge. Tali Lintra. She actually survives. Wedge is just like, man, I'm just glad I survived all those battles.
Huh.
And Kylo, actually, okay, you know what? From the two movies I saw, Kylo I liked his character. He seemed to somewhat progress. Now, I don't know if he progressed too much in Rise of Skywalker, but
Oh, yeah, he did.
His redemption's
There's a
kind of
very,
weird.
very. Okay. I was trying to find a way to put the scene between him and Han Solo in my pitch, but I couldn't work it in now.
I mean, his schizophrenic
that's another
episode.
that you mentioned before. Don't kill off characters pointlessly. Han Solo just died.
Han
like-
could have had a purpose.
Yeah.
He could have.
Well, I think Han's purpose going in was, I've given my son everything to turn him to the light. I gotta give him actually everything, and that's my life.
It's just they didn't give him enough time to talk about his backstory, you know? I couldn't feel... The only emotion I
Here's the
felt was
thing,
because
though.
of old Han Solo in the original
Han
trilogy.
Solo's death is pointless because of Last Jedi. Because instead of
Yeah.
Han's death clicking something in Ben,
His death is kind of
in
just
Last Jedi, when Leia got blown out of the bridge, she should have died. Because Kylo didn't pull that trigger.
Oh, no, he
His
didn't. He
wingman
hesitated.
did.
That's
His
right.
wingman did. Leia should have died. And that should have clicked something, and he's like, I chose to choose my father, but I did not choose to kill my mother. My real enemy, Snoke.
what Ryan Johnson tried to do with The Last Jedi ended up seriously hindering it because he wanted to do the whole subvert your expectations. But whenever he was on to
But when
something,
subversions subvert themselves...
yeah, when he was onto something, he snapped its neck to be like, oh, see, whoa.
Look at his magic!
He did it with everything.
And then he just flaunts them around like a fucking puppet for the rest of the movie. Yeah, you see what I did to Snoke? Look at him.
Look at Luke's curmudgeon ass!
Force Ghost. What the hell is a Force Ghost, Jesse?
Alright,
What the hell are you talking about?
Jamie, put that on the screen.
Jamie,
Jamie pulled that fucking Force
Jamie,
Ghost.
pull up that clip from Last Jedi.
you ever done Spice?
Here it gives you telepathic ability.
Is it legal here? Yeah, no,
crazy,
it
man.
is.
It's
Grayson,
crazy.
is that all?
Yeah, I mean, just
A round of applause.
fix
for
it
Grayson.
up.
Good job, Grayson. Okay.
You're testing the waters.
All right, George,
Okay. So I
woo us.
I got my notes here.
Oh boy.
So my big problem with the sequels was like, it seemed to me they didn't have it planned out from the beginning.
Yeah.
Like to me they should have had, okay, this is where we want to go. Don't know how we're gonna get there exactly just yet.
Well, we're gonna go movie by movie.
Exactly. And how many times do they change directors? Twice? Is Ryan Johnson and
Once,
or
because it was originally 3 different directors,
yeah.
and then Colin Trevorrow he left, and J.J. Abrams stepped in.
Okay. So it was like first one, second one was someone different, third one was first one again.
Mhm.
So like, I don't know about you guys, but to me, either do 3 directors or just stick with one director the entire time.
3 directors, but have the same creative team,
Yeah, like writers and everything.
Yeah.
like they did with the
Kinda
original
like
trilogy.
The Marvel movies, they did it correctly. Where
Yeah.
like they have the basic outline, and like James Gunn had to incorporate certain things into the Guardians movie, but the rest of it was pretty much up to his imagination.
And I think that's what Marvel's got going for it, because it's like every single movie's got a different feeling.
Yeah, and I've come up with this mindset recently that in order to think outside of the box, you've got to have a box to think outside of.
Oh,
True.
Don't just throw the box away, because then you're just disadvantaging yourself to be creative.
Yeah.
But keep the box and think outside of that box.
So you're saying, basically, with the Marvel, as an example, you have like a set rules, but other than those like set
Yeah.
rules, you can do whatever you want.
You have restrictions that
Kind of like
force you.
Mandalorian.
True.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was a different director every episode, or most of the episodes, right? I mean, like, they had a few that did.
They had a
of them.
few that returned. Like I think Filoni did 2. Rick Famuyiwa did 2.
Yeah.
Deborah Chow had a great episode.
Deborah Chow or Deborah Chow?
I don't remember.
Which one was that?
Probably
Wow.
Chode.
Third one.
Yeah.
It's when all the Mandos come in.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, heavy artillery Mandalorian. They call him Ham.
Ham Solo.
All right, woo us, George.
Trying to think where I want to go next. I mean, like, I know Rise of Skywalker had this problem. I don't really remember the first movie and the second movie if it had the same problem, but to me, Rise of Skywalker was at a breakneck speed.
Yeah, it was.
Like,
Oh yeah.
I counted it in the first 48 minutes of the movie. They went to 4 different planets.
Wow.
Last Jedi is 2 hours and 32 minutes, and Rise of Skywalker is 2 hours and 22 minutes. If you ask me, 10 minutes should have been cut from Last Jedi, and 10 minutes should have been added to Rise of Skywalker.
Or heck, just make it 3. If
3 hours.
if it's supposed to be like the end to this 40-year or 50-year-old series,
Yeah.
I mean, like, end it well.
Yeah, go out with a bang, you know.
Yeah. But now they took that go out with a bang as like an actual bang.
Go outside with a shotgun and play.
But you see,
Drag the franchise, load the shotgun in
Get to
front
the
of it.
victory position.
yeah. But like,
Tell me about
Shove
the
it in
rabbits,
its-
George.
Shove it in its mouth, intimidate it for a good 5 minutes, pull the trigger only to reveal you never loaded the shotgun.
whoa.
But you still made them shit their pants nonetheless.
Oh.
Yeah, pretty much.
But like, compare the Rise of Skywalker to The Empire Strikes Back. Like, how many action sequences are in The Empire Strikes Back versus
How
The
many-
Rise of
How many
Skywalker?
fucking action? Oh god.
I mean, like, The Rise of Skywalker is very much more of a fast-paced action movie.
Oh, yeah.
Than in The Empire Strikes Back is much more about slowing down and letting the characters
And the
breathe.
action sequences have weight
Exactly.
because it's not just action sequence. This is the story coming to a head.
Yeah.
This is conflict within the story coming to a head and coming into like a lightsaber.
Yeah, exactly. And even the prequels have that, but the sequels kind of fall flat in that area.
True.
It's just lightsaber battle.
We gotta have this
It's
because
just,
Star Wars
oh,
has this.
It's you.
Oh my god.
We gotta have this because Star Wars has this. Like, Anakin's lightsaber coming back isn't important.
You see what we did there?
Yeah,
It's
it's-
just
God.
it's a lightsaber.
It's not important.
You remember that? You remember that?
That's what
It's not important.
they
'cause-
just say these names or
Yeah.
places just to like elicit fan service.
Oh,
Yeah,
that
but,
reminds
like-
me of that time on Tatooine, eh, Grace?
yeah.
but, like-
Utatini.
Anakin's
remember
lightsaber.
Endor?
Yeah, Anakin's
Or so many
lightsaber
Ewok
isn't important
prostitutes.
because it's
Oh,
Anakin's
what?
lightsaber.
No.
Not at all. Yeah, Anakin's lightsaber isn't important. in
Me
those
and
movies.
George are just thinking about what I said.
Oh boy.
No, I hear you, Brandon.
Yeah,
it's
it's
I'm sorry.
they're
Anakin's
definitely just
lightsaber
bringing in
isn't
shit just to
important.
bring it in. You
Yeah,
know,
it's
Yeah.
important.
when they should have spent time on actually wrapping up the sequel.
Yeah,
They-
like-
and I will admit it's kind of a hard thing to do because they're working with the originals, the prequels, and they kind of have to wrap up everything with this
Yeah.
one. And so, I mean, I get where some of it can fall flat, but
it is big shoes to fill too.
Yeah,
You know?
going back to George, it was they didn't plan anything.
no.
They just winged it.
Because see, they wasted 2 movies ahead.
And here's
Exactly.
the
Seven-
thing about that Skywalker saber. How did it get there, and why is it there? None of that was explained. You know, if you explain that, you lend a lot more.
Wasn't it in
credence to why-
Maz?
Yeah, but how did it get?
Yeah,
there?
how did it get
Maz
on?
get it?
Or you know, why does it even still exist? You know, even if like you don't explain why Maz had it, at least show it popping up in the timeline before Force Awakens.
Yeah.
And I wonder if they had. I doubt it. This is far fetched, but I wonder if they had like spin-offs planned. You know,
I doubt that.
I
If
don't.
Disney plans.
No, I don't think that would have been nice to see like
Lucasfilm
spin-offs,
is
kind of
insane at the
bridging,
moment.
you know, some of these things that we have questions
Yeah.
about.
The Force is female, by the way.
Really?
You're fucking kidding me. It has
No,
a gender
like-
now.
Yeah, that's
That's
something.
a shirt that Kathleen Kennedy wore.
Yeah.
Is this canon? Is the Force like actually a
No,
fucking?
Oh my god!
Yeah, I mean, like,
Dude, listen. I want to work for Lucasfilm.
I don't.
I mean, I'd love to work on the creative team.
Oh, dude, I don't know. I feel like working with Star Wars. It's such a big corporate. It's not Star Wars anymore. It's like Disney Star Wars, and they regulate
You
it so
haven't seen
much.
Star fights.
Bro, you have not seen The Mandalorian, though.
Well,
The Mandalorian is like they just said, Jon Favreau, go run this show.
Because I remember
And Filoni.
And
to add a
Filoni.
simple skin in Battlefront 2, they had to like legit ask Disney head Enterprise, hey, can we legit just give Grievous a robe? I'm like, I don't know. Let's think
Okay.
about it. Is it canon or not?
No.
But
Okay, I know how to explain this. They don't ask Disney, they have to go through Lucasfilm. Because they can't add anything that's not canon.
That's kind
Which
of
is, to me, is very...
and I feel like that's the restricts, because what if you have a
Like a good idea.
Battlefront 2, they're like, oh, the battles you have are supposed to be canon, and it's like...
oh
why-
yes,
why-
I remember the
why
clone troopers
though?
emoting on the droids.
Yeah, man, they fucking default dance on the graves of Wookiees.
Obi-Wan dabs after he kills Grievous.
Hey, Grievous.
so uncivilized.
Oh god.
All right.
I'm
Okay,
sorry, George.
So like The Force Awakens, I pretty much got it starting off pretty much the same way it was. Like I've still got Rey, I've still got Finn,
Yeah,
I've got Poe. Wait, that's his name, right?
Poe,
I just
yeah.
had I just
Poe
had
Dameron.
Poe
a
Finn?
moment. So basically, I said, yeah, if you keep that the same, it's a nice little callback to the original movies. You know, it's like, oh, look at us, we're Star Wars. But at some point, you need to say, okay, this ain't your daddy's Star Wars anymore, and just have something happens that makes it go off the rails. So, I
to give an example?
well, yeah, I've got a few. So, like I said, the
They
big changes.
bomb fucking Russia.
I mean, Russia, is that in Star Wars? It needs to be.
Russia's the good guys.
Is Earth even in Star Wars?
Is communism in Star Wars?
I don't know.
I think technically Palpatine.
Palpatine's a communist?
Maybe. Palpatine's
Palpatine's a
I
fascist.
mean, like, Palpatine's the Senate, so he's kind of everything.
Palpatine's an Anprim.
God.
All right, go on, George.
So I said, like, the First Order needs to be more mysterious about who they are. So, like, at the start of the movie, don't make it clear that they're actually...
Damn it.
Don't make it clear that they're actually, like, that organized. Like, make them seem to be just, like, this splinter group of the Empire.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then I said, like, near the end of the movie, that's when, shit hits the fan pretty much, and
Yeah.
stuff starts getting real, and I'll talk about that in a second. Finn, I think he was kind of an underutilized character. I mean, like, the First Order troops, I mean, they're, like, kidnapped and brainwashed, right?
Yes.
Something like that.
So, I mean, Finn's probably got some demons,
Yeah.
but in the movies, he's pretty much just used to scream at Rey. Like,
Rey!
Yeah, having
Rey!
his voice lines are like, Rey! And then Rey looks at him, then, like, a TIE fighter blows something up. Like, that's like, half the movie.
That's so true.
And then, I said, like, I know there's, like, the whole love interest thing. What do y'all guys think about that? I mean...
I don't care if there's a love interest or not.
I mean, they had it in original trilogy
I mean,
to an
they had
extent.
it. You don't have to have a love interest, though.
No.
Like, only if it suits this. If that is an integral part of your Star Wars trilogy, do it. But if that's not even in your mind, don't worry about it.
Don't add it in just to add it in, you know?
Yeah.
There were useless romantic relationships, too, like Finn and Rose and their middle school kiss on the Battle of Crate.
Oh.
Me too. I watched Force Awakens and Last Jedi while rewriting those. Okay. Last Jedi. Oh god, Brandon just showed us a
Can that be the thumbnail?
bass
for the
boosted
podcast?
photo.
Can you do a thumbnail for...
I got an idea. Remind me to tell you at the end of this.
Okay.
It's an idea.
Just a radial zoom.
Alright.
So, love interest, couldn't really care. Star Killer base. I mean, I know, Brandon, you said you took that out.
Yeah.
It's like repeating stuff. I kept it in, but I'm not destroying it till the third movie.
Mm.
So, like I said, keep it in.
Yeah.
We high-fived.
High
Me and
five.
Jack
Oh, so you're like
high-fived.
making it a threat for the whole time. It's not just a one and done.
So I said, like, have the scene of destroying the New Republic planets either at the end of the movie or into the second movie.
The first movie's Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah, so, like, the first movie, you know, it's like, oh, there's just the First Order. They got, like, one Star Destroyer. Like, in my eyes, in the first movie, Snoke's flagship would actually be, like, the ship for
or
the
like
First Order.
the Dreadnought ship.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And that would be,
Dreadnought.
like, the ship in the first, movie, and, the rebellion takes it down, and they're like, yeah, we won, and then all of a sudden, Starkiller Base
They
is like...
say, these are our credentials.
Yeah, these are our credentials, and they blow up like 3 planets, and then that's how the movie ends. Or well, maybe not.
That's like the darkest ending to a Star Wars I've ever
Just
heard.
watching like,
That's
shit.
the idea. And then you force the next movie to deal with it.
It's just like, oh god, what are we doing now? Like, we thought the Death Star was bad. Now we got a Death Star that can kill 5 planets at once. That's kind of crazy.
We got a Death
boy.
Star.
Are you
that
keeping,
blows
like,
up
Han and all that in there,
systems.
too?
Shit.
Han's interesting. I'll get to him in somewhere in my notes.
Yeah.
He's fucking dead.
Hux. Okay, he showed himself as like an angrier, like Tarkin character, or maybe like a space Hitler.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, I thought that was a really good character.
Hux, his speech in
I'm not
Force
pro-Nazi
Awakens.
yet. Let me clarify that. I'm not pro-Hitler. I'm just saying, like, him acting like space Hitler.
It was a good character in the Star Wars universe.
Like, when he's hyping up that laser, and he's like, this will be the last day of the Republic! And
it's
like,
a really good Hux.
it's like base
Can you
boosting.
read out some speeches I have for Hux in here?
Possibly. Probably not. But, okay, in The Last Jedi, he gets flung around that freaking AT-AT.
He gets turned into...
Yeah, I'm AT-AT, not AT-AT.
Okay. I call it Fluffy, so...
Fluffy!
Yeah, there's a whole backstory to that with my uncle's toy AT-AT that he had. So
Excuse me, but in Last Jedi, they are AT-M6s.
Okay, well, the AT-ATs, or the...
Gorilla.
They're AT-16s. Basically, he gets flung around, and then he's comic relief. Like,
Yeah,
that's such a
he
waste.
becomes a slapstick comic.
I mean, you got Bill Weasley coming in, and he's, like, ready to go. Why is everybody looking at me?
I just forgot that he played Bill Weasley in Harry Potter.
I don't understand the
You
reference.
just pulled out a random fucking
what the
fact.
hell is Harry Potter?
Why have we mentioned Harry Potter twice
we
in this
can't
fucking
mention-
thing?
I'm the only one who doesn't mention this.
Fucking moaning Myrtle.
So I said Snoke.
Hey!
Snoke's a good
The
character.
ride is ready.
I just had to.
Chill.
It was just too long.
I don't like the idea of Snoke being a clone, to be honest with you. It's kind of a cop-out to me.
Clone shit's dumb.
I mean, it's
It's
like,
been done.
we got this really
been done. I'm sorry.
badass bad guy, and then it's like, oh yeah, he's actually a clone. Tee-hee. Fingertips together. So kawaii.
Oh. Ooh.
Snoke is the uwu queen.
I put Kylo needs to be 100% evil in this movie. Like, in this
So
movie...
he is the next bad guy.
Yeah, he needs to show up as, at least for now, hint hint, the bad guy. For now.
He's the bad guy.
He was good in Force Awakens. His fucking his entrance.
His theme music, that's something I will address after George's pitch. 1 second.
Oh, I
Sorry.
think I've seen this or I think I know what you're talking about, maybe.
No. It's some. I don't know if you know what. Just Go on.
Okay.
Trust me.
So I've got like a general summary of the movie. Basically, I said the movie would play out essentially the same, but the locations would be different. So it wouldn't be Starkiller Base. It'd be like this dreadnought. Han's helping out with the raid. Then he gets murdered by Kylo. And that's kind of where the cracks start to show in him being evil.
Mhm.
But Han still dies in the first movie for me. But, you know, that's that. Rebellion probably needs to be stronger than they were in the first movie in this movie. So, like, how do you go from killing Starkiller Base to struggling to survive, you know?
Yeah.
Like, to me, they should be a really competent military force, like your idea.
Yeah. Are you still blowing up the New Republic, or?
Yeah, they
But at the end of the first movie.
Okay,
either the end of the
okay.
first movie or end of the second one. I didn't know which one fit better, but, like, basically that's supposed to be a crushing blow. It probably would work better at the end of the first movie, because the idea is that the New Republic sees this, like 5 of their planets just got destroyed by one space station. Well, space station, I guess is what you'd call
Super
it.
weapon.
Super weapon. And now they're like, well, what do we do now? And most people just prefer to lay down and take it. So essentially just say, okay, First Order, whatever. If you want to conquer us, we're not going to fight back. Like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Seems like a cop-out, but basically it's just in the face of that overwhelming power, you just surrender.
Gotcha.
And then in The Last Jedi, I don't know what I would call it differently than The Last Jedi, but Ben, Solo, Kylo,
Yeah.
Ben's going to come back in this movie
He
instead
turns
of Kylo.
in Last Jedi.
Yeah. And he is undoubtedly good in the last movie, too. So, like, to me, in Rise of Skywalker, I really enjoyed when Kylo turned back to Ben, essentially.
Yeah.
Like, he seemed to act like Han. Like, the shrugs and, like, how he fought with, like, the blaster and lightsaber.
That
at
was
the
Adam
same time.
Driver's idea.
Like, that was a good...
That's Adam Driver being a good-ass actor.
He carried that whole series, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was in the hospital because his back hurt for it.
I thought you were gonna say something serious, but no.
Yeah, I saw the Kylo Ren action figure for Rise of Skywalker. His neck was he's hunchback. Yeah. I'm like, thank you for respecting that this character carried the fucking sequels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also didn't like how he got his helmet back.
Yeah.
Once he loses it, he needs to just lose it.
Or get a new one.
Oh.
Like a brand
Or
new one.
he either needs to not have it and earn it, or have it and then lose it.
I like the idea of a helmetless Kylo, but I don't know.
With this fucking badass scar.
And then...
He should have had the helmet for the first movie, though, because he's evil in that one. He should definitely not even take it off.
I still think the proportions on that helmet look a little bit weird.
I
That
can
may
see
just
that.
be me, but like his head just kind of sticks out from his body. Like Vader, he's got like that big shield.
I think
type
'cause Vader has a
Vader
big...
was a bigger dude.
Yeah.
He was like 7 feet tall in that suit.
He's bulky as shit, too. Kylo's he's very skinny, you know?
But
his
he's swole. Have you seen him without the shirt?
Well, I meant...
That scene is still in my rework.
Have
by
you
the way.
seen Ben Swell? It's not in mine. You'll see why.
God, Ben Swallow.
They can still force communicate.
Cursed image.
I'm thinking Leia's permadeath is what brings him over, because
Okay.
it's not him that does it. Like I'm thinking
She gets fucking yeeted off of the bridge.
Yeah, and I'm thinking it's probably going to be Snoke directly doing it instead of like his co-pilot or whatever.
Snoke's like,
So you're making Snoke the...
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
Snoke is undoubtedly
And then
the bad
Kylo's
guy.
all like, "You killed my mother."
Yeah, I may have killed my father, but you killed my mother. That's where I crossed the line, bro. And then he, goes full.
I killed my daddy. You killed my mommy.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I got.
My uncle owns Microsoft.
I
Weekly
can
Band.
kill my dad. Listen, bro, I can kill my dad. You can't kill my mom.
I had 5 stocks in that. You're dead.
Luke, he's still in isolation. I don't like him dying that forced death, so I keep him alive in The Last Jedi till the end. And he's gonna... There's 2 different endings for him. So either he dies in the last movie, like a heroic sacrifice, going out the way Luke should, or he survives and starts training the new generation of Jedi Knights.
Again.
Yeah.
He starts over.
And, of course, like, Rey and Kylo both, or Ben Solo, I guess I should say, will both be alive by the end of the movies. So, Starkiller Base, it's destroying Resistance planets, it's keeping an Iron Fist down. I was saying, like, the First Order, you know, they can script soldiers and everything, but I think it'd be a pretty interesting and slightly humorous idea to bring back battle droids.
Oh, I had a whole idea about that, where they find a rundown battle droid factory, and they get it running again to fight the First Order.
I mean, it makes sense for the First Order to even use battle droids, because
Or
it's
both
like,
sides use them, or
you know,
something.
you're probably limited to like 3 or 4 planets when you first start off. I mean, you can't make more people quickly, but you can build factories to build battle droids.
Find an old droid factory, get it running again.
Would they have the same look and aesthetic of the
More
Separatists?
armored, like more competent. I
Use
imagine
more
the
super
first
battle droids.
Yeah, and like I imagine they would take elements from like how stormtroopers look and apply that to a battle droid.
That
They're
could be cool.
white battle droids.
And that's supposed to be horrifying because you just had these swarms of battle droids that are just like, you know, taking over the galaxy.
Yeah.
shooting at you. They don't stop until they're dead. They just keep shooting. They're just like trigger finger.
So like I also said like Starkiller Base, you know how in the prequels they have like the command ships that are controlling the battle droids.
Yeah.
Starkiller Base is like one big command ship.
Uh-huh.
So essentially it's like you don't
It's got
stop
a
these
big ass radio tower.
Yeah, like you don't stop these droids until you stop Starkiller Base. But the Resistance in mine is just physically incapable of doing it. Like you've got all 5 of their main planets destroyed, and it's pretty much the size it was in Rise of Skywalker, where it's like a frigate and maybe like 8 fighters or something.
Could you get a little closer to the mic?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
I was just looking at your levels. You're hitting like 3 bars. It's okay.
Sorry, Jackson. I'll do better.
Sorry.
So, like,
Porkins.
the whole thing to me also was like there wasn't enough urgency to a lot of the sequels. So I said like Starkiller Base is heading towards a neutron star and is trying to eat a neutron star, so it pretty much has like unlimited power.
Oh.
Well, damn.
I mean, like, because you know it can.
So, like-
Unlimited
What
power.
is the
So, like,
what is it called? The
Unicron.
Dyson sphere? It's almost harvesting the
It's
energy
like
from the sun.
Unicron.
Yeah, I mean, like it's like
Unicron.
I remember that right? Like Starkiller Base, it harvests power from stars and stuff.
Yeah.
So going to a neutron star, maybe like a red supergiant.
Mhm.
I mean, I think that would be for one thing a pretty thing to do.
They
with
don't just
VFX.
get one shot. They get a couple.
Yeah, more than a couple, like enough to take out maybe half the galaxy if they want.
Yeah, they're just
something
like,
crazy.
Let's just kill the systems that have Republic.
Do you know
planets.
how they're destroying the Starkiller Base?
In the end, yeah.
Okay, because I just had an idea that has to do with the big star. Is that like...
Shoot water at it until it extinguishes.
They just say
Just go at night.
They just go and they're like, we're gonna jumpstart the star supernova.
No, what I had the idea that if the Starkiller Base only takes in a portion of the star's energy to shoot one shot, so like it feeds off of it for a little and then shoots it, what if they disable
hole.
the filter ability of the Starkiller Base to where it can't stop sucking in the star, and then it overloads itself and explodes?
Or you can put like a little exhaust port on the star, like about a foot wide,
Yes.
and you can shoot a fucking rocket in it.
That's actually a really good plan. That makes me kind of regret my plan, but you know what?
Your 40-page plan.
So, like, I pretty much said in the end of The Last Jedi, they don't end up destroying Starkiller Base. They disable its weapon for long enough for, like, pretty much half the galaxy to come and fight it.
They cripple it, so...
Yeah.
So you kind of get the scene from Rise of Skywalker where all the ships are coming in.
I thought that was such a waste, because you have, like, this CGI clusterfuck of ships, and you see them for maybe 20 minutes, and the movie's over. Like, I thought that was
They
such a
advertised the
waste.
fuck out of that too in the trailers. Like, oh my god, it's gonna be like the final battle.
I mean, I would have liked to have seen, like, some Revenge of the Sith type of space battles, like in the beginning.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
the opening.
Oh,
you
Battle
know,
of Coruscant.
New Republic versus First Order fleet.
and you've got like these rinky-dink ships flying around, like, and I'll get to that in the end. This
Yeah,
is where
the
my
fucking-
cameos come in.
Oh, fuck off with Porkins.
Yeah, your fucking Red Squadron is just resurrected from the dead.
Ghost ships.
Porkin Squad or some shit.
They brought him from the world between worlds.
So, I mean, pretty much, I got like Ben, Rey, and Luke fighting together against Snoke, and even then, they're still having a tough fight. So he's as powerful, if not more powerful, than Palpatine. And he's not a clone either. So, like,
Gotcha.
the lightning stuff still happens. Or maybe not that, because that would require Rey to die. But I don't know. So they want to, like, destroy Starkiller Base. So they get all the ships together and, like, swarm this area. And basically, like I said, that these ships that Snoke has been building, because, like, I took the Palpatine idea of he's been building this fleet secretly. I took that, but I said all the ships are unmanned. So you have a Star Destroyer-sized ship that is completely unmanned, just like a battle droid, but it's a whole ship.
Well, damn.
Yeah. He's got a bunch of them. And they're all being controlled by, like, you know, essentially just like Starkiller Base, like a control tower or something. And basically my idea was whenever they go and try and destroy it, it ends up being like Snoke is like, nope, I'm the conduit now. And now he's just like the actual conduit, so now you can't, you know, stop the drone ships or drones until you kill Snoke.
Oh boy.
So
they nuke the shit out of Snoke's throne room.
They try.
Shit.
And he's just like shrugging
Tactical
it off.
nuke incoming!
I mean, he's like Thanos, just, you know, taking these hits like nothing.
Is he gonna do the base boosted force lightning?
Yeah.
Oh
that's
my
still in
fucking
there.
Christ.
So I
From
got-
Starkiller Base, he's just like reaching out into space going,
So I said Lando comes back. He's back. He doesn't die. The big ship battle takes place about halfway, maybe 3/4 of the way through the movie. So you have a long time of this just epic fight. So here's
you can like cut back to it basically.
Yeah.
It's
And-
the final battle. It should have been most of the final movie.
Yeah. So you got like the whole galaxy putting up fights. So I've got Mon Calamari. So you got Akbar there. He didn't die in the second movie. In the second movie, Holdo died. You got Bothans and whatever their ships look like. You
Many
got
Bothans died to bring us these starships.
yeah. I mean, you got Spice Runners. And here's the cameos. So for one thing, we got Porkins.
Fuck.
Porkins Jr. He's flying an X-wing. You know it's Porkins Jr. because they say, Porkins, you got one on your right. But then subversion happens, and he actually takes out the guy on his right.
He's like, I'm a better pilot than my dad.
And
Fuck
then he
you,
immediately
Dad.
dies to something else, is what I have put in.
He takes out
Not
the TIE
Porkins.
fighter in a great maneuver, then crashes into a Star Destroyer bridge.
That's the plan. You got Lando flying the Millennium Falcon.
With
You've-
Chewie.
Yeah, with Chewie. You've got Wedge Antilles.
Wedge Antilles.
You've got Jar Jar. He's an admiral of a ship now. So you got like the Gungan.
gotta concentrate fire on that
Dude, nobody would fuck. Dude, if you played that in the theaters, people would go fucking ballistic.
Nobody
Dude.
would do that.
I will go ballistic. I'll be like, this
So yeah, I mean that's pretty much most of my cameos.
concentrate fire on that Star
I
Destroyer.
mean, can you imagine what a Gungan spaceship looks like?
What do they lob? What are their cannons? They lob the fucking like balls or some
They're
shit.
just throwing those balls, except they're just going really slow.
Well, I was
through
thinking a big
space.
slingshot of those. Like it's an actual slingshot.
You're fucking with us, right?
No, I'm not. I want.
No, wait, not maybe just propulsion cannons. They just shoot straight up projectiles
I
through
just want
space.
Jar Jar in the final movie. So yeah, I got
What the fuck is wrong with you? Jar Jar and Porkins in the same movies.
I got this.
Porkins Jr., mind you.
Oh my
So yeah,
fucking
that's
Christ.
how my movie ends. You got a big fight. You got Snoke dying, New Republic. Everybody's happy. Few people are dead. Good movie. Directed by George Gannon. Thank you.
Alrighty.
I'm not clapping for that one. I'm kidding.
Hands up for Alright.
This is the piece we've
the
been
Holy
waiting for.
Bible. 39 pages of my sequel.
I'm gonna stand up. I gotta stretch my legs.
Alright, fair enough.
I'm ready.
Oh, boy.
Here we go.
Yeah, standing up
I will
would be
ignite
bad.
Luke Skywalker's Return of the Jedi lightsaber to begin this.
Just got real.
Yay.
Alright, so begins the thing. And by the way, if you have any questions about things, because I think I missed a couple explanations in here, so if you have a question, raise your hand. I'll answer.
Raise your hand on the podcast.
Oh, no. I'll be like Grayson.
Oh, okay.
Don't raise your hand, actually. Just be like, yo, what's
Shut
Alright.
up.
Here we go.
Yo, where's Porkins?
Star Wars. Star Wars. The sequel's redone.
Oh,
This is what I've called it. Part 1. Fleshing out the galaxy. Okay, to me, the sequel's
off.
sole issue is not having anything built up. The sequel's sole issue is not having anything built up. By the way, my point that I was going to talk to you after your pitch, the sequel's... John Williams is a great composer,
Mm-hmm.
but the sequel's music is just not his best work.
I don't remember any of it.
Exactly.
It's not good. You need to have good themes.
You know why?
And this, you got epic themes.
Because he had to come up with a theme for the Empire without using the theme for the Empire.
Just use the fucking Imperial March.
But it's not the Empire.
Use bass in it. Put bass in it.
Bass.
All right, part 1, fleshing out the guys. One of my problems, the sequel soul issue, not having anything built up, because not much of the 29 years between Return of the Jedi and Force Awakens is really known, except Ben Solo goes to the dark side, Luke goes into hiding, Han separates from Leia. This is the first thing we're gonna fix.
Are we still recording, by
Yes,
the way?
we are
Okay, just
recording.
making sure that you're pitching your
We've
idea.
gone 2 hours and 4 minutes.
Oh, this is long.
Yeah, this is our longest episode. All right, this is the first thing we're gonna fix with my version of the sequels. This is why my first step in creating the sequel era is showing fans and audiences what happened after the Empire's defeat with an animated series led by Dave Filoni and having the same art style as the Clone Wars with 3 seasons, but they all have different
Jeez, that's a
titles.
lot of fucking money, though. Holy hell.
They're
It's
not
Disney.
long seasons.
Oh.
3 seasons, but they all have different titles to differentiate themselves. First, you have Star Wars, Empire's End, Star Wars, Heir to the Empire, and Star Wars, Knights of the New Republic.
Knights of the New Republic.
Wasn't that a video game?
That was Knights of the
Old Republic, that's right. Holy shit.
Oh, wait, shit, there's still more to read on that page. Alright, here we go. Star Wars, Empire's End. This is the first season of the animated show, and it will cover what happens after Return of the Jedi. The war did not end, but started a chain reaction that sets the Empire ablaze. Luke's knowledge of the Force will grow deeper as he fights a war with 3 ghosts talking to him. Han will begin to ponder his future after the war ends, and Leia struggles with becoming a politician once again.
Oh yeah, she's a senator.
They
Right.
really kind of dropped that whole thing in the 4th, I'm on my way to Alderaan for a
All right.
mission.
Story arcs. Here we go. The season Empire's End, it would consist of 9 episodes, all being broken up into 3-part arcs. So like 3-parters. Shit. I keep trying to put this away, but it's not done. Okay, the first arc is called Master Skywalker. Luke Skywalker is a legend among the rebellion. When his emerald blade is lit up on the battlefield, the Empire knows the battle is lost. Luke journeys to a planet, and he is met by an ex-Imperial named Mara Jade, who wields a red lightsaber. They had both come to destroy one of the Emperor's vaults that hold many items that can be used to turn the tide against the rebellion. Luke and Mara then have to work together when Imperial forces arrive to collect the contents of the vault. Luke talks to Obi-Wan, Yoda, and Anakin on this journey, as well as learning the past of Mara. Mara gives Luke her lightsaber and flees into the galaxy, trying to find a new start at the end of this arc.
Hey.
Luke will officially be knighted and be given the title of Grand Master by the ghost of Obi-Wan, Yoda, and Anakin. And I have a little quote here. It's the quote, knighting Luke. By the right of the Council, by the will of the Force, Luke Skywalker, rise, Grand Master.
I dig it.
Han's last job is the second 3-parter in this. Han was a soldier for the Empire, then a smuggler, and now he's a general. As the Galactic Civil War draws to an end, Han begins to wonder what he will do, as he knows that he's going to resign as a general. So after a battle, he decides to take on a smuggling mission with Chewie. And Lando tags along. It brings them back to Kessel, where the Empire gets word and plans to kill Han, Lando, and Chewie. The Empire arrives in force, leading to Han doing the Kessel run once again, but this time in 11 parsecs. At the end of this arc, Han will realize what he wants to do after the war, and he proposes to Leia.
Wow.
Alright, the last arc is Leia's orders. As the Galactic Civil War is finally ending, Leia has taken a backseat to the fighting and is joining the world of politics once again. But she struggles as the politics feel like they aren't doing much to stop the Empire. Then the final battle begins. Imperial forces assemble over Jakku as a staging area. Leia then takes up command once again and orders a quick and decisive strike on the Empire. Leia assembles a strike team to take on the Emperor's treasure ship, which has assembled with others at Jakku. Leia, Luke, Han, along with the strike team, board the treasure ship and,
Do their thing.
They do their thing.
Yeah, what a Star Wars way to put that.
While
You just do their thing.
While on board, they
do their
get
thing.
separated. Leia ends up in a museum of sorts for like fallen Jedi. She then feels something calling to her. She walks over and picks it up.
It's a telephone.
And then the voice of Obi-Wan calls out, "Leia, you are taking your first steps." Leia has picked up the lightsaber of Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Oh.
A group of stormtroopers then arrives. So she uses the lightsaber along with her blaster to take them out. Eventually Leia meets back up with the strike team along with Luke and Han. Then Luke senses a holocron on board the ship. So they track down the holocron, they overload the ship's hyperdrive, and the team narrowly escapes as the treasure ship shoots off into hyperspace from Jakku. While fleeing aboard the Millennium Falcon, Luke and Leia, they take a moment and they expect the holocron to find a map of Jedi temples stored within. End of Star Wars Empire's End. We now move on to Star Wars Heir to the Empire. The second season of the show will be an adaptation of the Timothy Zahn novel, Heir to the Empire. It will cover events that take place 5 years after Return of the Jedi.
Okay.
Empire's End takes place right after Return of the Jedi. Heir to the Empire, 5 years after. The New Republic holds a fragile control over the galaxy as a new threat arises. Grand Admiral Thrawn plans a strategic attack.
Oh, you got Thrawn.
Yeah, Thrawn plans a strategic attack with his Imperial remnant that threatens to destroy the New Republic's already shaky hold on the galaxy. The story arc will be 8 episodes, and they're all one arc, so, no fluff. Episode 1. Grand Admiral Thrawn had broken off from the Empire before the Battle of Jakku with a handful of others. His Imperial remnant retreated to the unknown regions, where they could stay out of sight and mind from the burgeoning New Republic. But unbeknownst to our heroes, the treasure ship from the Battle of Jakku shot off into the unknown regions. The story begins when Thrawn's remnant comes across the wrecked treasure ship. They salvage what they can, finding some weapons and information that give them a fighting chance against the New Republic. We then go to Coruscant. Han and Leia are expecting their first child to arrive. Soon, while Luke plans to embark... They're expecting their first child while Luke plans to embark on one last journey to an ancient Jedi temple from the holocron. So, in these 5 years, Han and Leia, they've started their life. They're now expecting their first child. And Luke has been journeying to these Jedi temples from the holocron from the treasure ship. And that's the end of Episode 1. Episode 2. Thrawn's remnant then uses the information they found on the treasure ship to obtain the Eclipse-class dreadnought. The Eclipse-class dreadnought is basically a big-ass Star Destroyer with a mini Death Star cannon on it, but it's not used to blow up planets, it's used to take out ships. It's a ship destroyer.
What do you mean mini? Does it look exactly... Is it a scale?
No.
With the little lasers coming into a cone?
It's just a big-ass, gun on the front.
The howitzer.
Was that in the movies? Okay.
They had the Malevolence in the Clone Wars,
They
but
had
it shot off a
dreadnoughts in the
big...
sequel series, but the guns were on the belly of it.
I see what you mean now. It's just like... Okay.
This one's on the nose.
Oh, that's cool.
Just top heavy.
The Eclipse is very front heavy. They get the Eclipse class dreadnought, and then they begin to plan their offensive. Thrawn's remnant is going to go on the offense. Luke travels to the outer rim planet Eos Prime, where he finds Mara Jade. She fled to the planet after they escaped the Empire. Then begins Thrawn's plan. The Chimera, Thrawn's ship, and a detachment of cruisers arrive at Eos Prime because of the planet's proximity to the unknown regions. Luke and Mara sense the disturbance and contact the New Republic, to which they dispatch ships. Upon arrival, the New Republic ships are demolished, but due to some quick thinking from Han Solo, half of the ships are able to retreat, and Luke and Mara escape together. Episode 3. Thrawn then formulates a new attack plan, the New Republic shipyards on Sluis Vaughn, and effectively... God
You
damn
good?
it.
Effectively what?
Sorry,
Oh my god,
sometimes-
the bibble's getting to you.
Basically, he's going to attack the New Republic shipyards on Sluis Vaughn and cripple their navy. Meanwhile, Han, Luke, and Mara, they return to Coruscant and visit with Leia. They try to tiptoe around the Thrawn incident, but she senses something is wrong, and they tell her about Eos Prime. Leia then personally informs General Calrissian of Thrawn's remnant.
Who's that?
Lando calls on some Outer Rim contacts to get information about the remnant and informs Leia and crew about the impending assault on Sluis Von. The New Republic mobilizes and sends a fleet led by Admiral Akbar to Sluis Von, and so the battle begins. Episode 4. The Battle of Sluis Von has begun, and Thrawn hasn't even brought in the Eclipse. But the New Republic is facing off against a new type of fighter, the TIE Defender, an advanced TIE fighter with 3 wings, a shield, and a hyperdrive. Meanwhile, on Coruscant, Luke assembles Rogue Squadron with new member Mara Jade to reinforce Admiral Akbar. Han preps the Falcon with Chewie when Luke goes to Han and tells him to stay, for Leia will give birth soon. Han says that she hasn't sensed it, but Luke tells Han to trust in the Force. Han stays as Rogue Squadron joins the Battle of Sluis Von. Episode 5. New Republic forces clash over Sluis Von as Thrawn attempts to break through to the shipyards. Rogue Squadron, led by Wedge Antilles, turns the tide against
Wedge
the
it
TIE.
up.
They turn the tide against
Porkins.
They turn the tide against the fight with the TIE Defenders, and they finally get a shot at Thrawn's ship, the Chimera. Rogue Squadron converges and destroys the bridge of the Chimera, disabling the ship. Yet the battle is not over, as Thrawn was not on the Chimera.
Oh, where was he?
Home.
You'll see.
He was home chilling.
General Carlist Riken arrives to help ward off the remnant when Thrawn arrives in the Eclipse. He fires the main cannon, destroying General Riken's ship in one shot. Episode 6. Both sides stand still as negotiations with Thrawn begin, but Luke Skywalker hatches a plan with Rogue Squadron to take down the Eclipse. Rogue Squadron deploys and manages to do a fast strike. That way Luke and Mara can board the ship. So, Rogue Squadron's like, alright, hit them full force, boys. They go, and Luke and Mara break off and then, get in the ship with their X-Wings. The battle then resumes because the New Republic just said, we're going to attack while you're negotiating. Luke and Mara are on board the Eclipse, and they're making their way to the reactor. Luke then gives Mara her old lightsaber, because she gave it to him. And he states, it might be a little different, but it's yours. You'll see why it's different. The Eclipse attempts to fire at one of the shipyards with its main cannon, but a New Republic cruiser flies into the trajectory and sacrifices itself to protect the shipyards. Luke and Mara are then captured and taken to Grand Admiral Thrawn.
Oh boy.
Episode 7. Things are dire at the Battle of Sluis Von. Luke's plan has seemingly failed, and New Republic forces are taking a beating. General Calrissian is suggesting a retreat as they can rebuild shipyards, but cannot afford to lose good ships and men. Luke and Mara come face to face with Thrawn as he talks to them about failure and how you can learn from it. Luke and Mara then escape and ignite their lightsabers. Mara's lightsaber is now magenta. Thrawn says, "I've learned from failure," and flees the Eclipse. Basically, he's like, "Yeah, I know how to."
Guys, I have a plan. Thrawn left the session.
Jumping into a shuttle and escaping through hyperspace. Luke and Mara are able to escape and set the ship to self-destruct, but the day is not won yet. Episode 8. Thrawn arrives at his ships that have besieged Coruscant.
Okay.
The Star Destroyers at Coruscant are now breaking through the defense line, the defense line that is left in the wake of the Battle of Sluis Von, because the ships at Coruscant were mobilized and went to Sluis Von, leaving a small defense line at Coruscant. Because they're like, shit, they just launched an attack, send the ships. Thrawn now plans to destroy the Senate and other government buildings to cripple the New Republic's infrastructure.
Oh, that'll do it.
White House.
Pretty much. He's pulling the aliens from
Can we get a White House
Independence Day.
down movie?
God, the Muslim cube.
But it's got Han Solo protecting space Barack Obama.
God.
Barack Obama.
All right. So, Thrawn's shuttle lands on Coruscant so he can watch as Coruscant is basically orbitally bombarded. The Star Destroyers then lock formation and they're preparing for orbital bombardment on like the Senate building and all the other government structures. But then the New Republic forces from Sluis Vaughn arrive. They're like, "Yeah, we got you, fucker," and they take out Thrawn's Star Destroyers that have basically locked in formation because they're like, "All right, we're aiming all the guns down. We got them," and then ships just come in and they're like, "No." So you know,
No.
The fuck was that?
No.
Thrawn is attempting to escape in his shuttle. Luke and Mara are like on him in their X-wings. They just can't catch up with him. And then the Millennium Falcon just flies out of nowhere and destroys Thrawn's shuttle. You know, Han coming
Take that,
in.
Thrawn. Coward.
The New Republic is saved, but also stronger. And Luke then goes to see his new nephew Ben, accompanied by Mara. So Luke and Mara go see Ben, and that's the end of Heir to the Empire. Thrawn is not a coward in this. As, yes, he is fleeing. He's only fleeing because he's like, yeah, why am I gonna, like, die here and
It's
let...
a tactical retreat.
Coward.
Tactical retreat, pretty much.
Be
All
a
right.
coward.
We now move on to Season 3 of the show, Star Wars Knights of the New Republic. 4 years after the Thrawn Remnant attacked...
So this is 9 years after Return of the Jedi.
Yes. 20 years before Force Awakens. Ben Solo is showing his first signs of being Force sensitive. Luke has only ever taken on 2 students, as he has to move past the fear of failing. Who were his 2 students? Shit, I don't remember.
Both.
I know one of them was Leia. Leia and... Maybe that's a typo. But basically...
Han Solo.
He took on... Oh, no. No, I remember. He's only trained Leia and helped with Mara.
Oh, okay.
Luke goes on a journey with Mara Jade, meeting other Force users and building the foundation of the new Jedi Order. Knights of the New Republic is 6 episodes, all part of one story arc. Episode 1. Luke witnesses and then senses the Force awakening within his nephew Ben. This sparks the idea of reforming the Jedi Order to train a new generation to keep the galaxy's peace. Luke first goes to his good friend Mara Jade to ask her about embarking on the journey with him. Mara accepts, and their journey begins when they visit the ruins of the Coruscant Jedi Temple, which was actually turned into a palace for Emperor Palpatine after the Purge. While looking through the temple, they stumble upon the Jedi Council Room, which was turned into a trial room for Jedi who were captured after the clones were phased out of the Empire. My idea with this is, after clones were phased out, it wasn't a shoot-to-kill order, because clones had Order 66. It was capture the Jedi.
Oh, good
and
luck
then-
with that.
And then bring them...
That's a stupid fucking maneuver. Oh, capture the motherfucker with the lightsaber and the Force.
Pretty much. No, because Palpatine's like, well, the clones had a shoot-to-kill order, but Palpatine's getting a lot more grandiose. He's like, if you can capture them, you can bring them back for this big trial we can hold. That's basically...
credits.
Republic credits are no good out here. I need something more real.
And then it's at this moment Luke and Mara speak with the ghost of Yoda. Yoda talks to them about okay, you done?
Yeah, no, I'm done.
Alright. Yoda tells them of the High Republic, when the Jedi were just peacekeepers. They didn't involve themselves in the Senate squabbling. And then he talks to them about the slow and bitter descent into becoming an arm of the Republic's government, and eventually just soldiers with the Clone Wars. Yoda then disappears, and a new voice to Luke is heard. Luke and Mara turn to see the ghost of Mace Windu.
Mace Windu.
Yeah.
Why
It's
Mace?
the fucking Force, okay?
Where are they doing this at?
In the Jedi Council Room.
In the Jedi Council room, but Windu hasn't had training to turn into a Force ghost.
But why
Why,
you have to have training to turn into a fucking ghost in this
Okay,
world?
here's the thing.
That's
Okay.
stupid.
Qui-Gon did it.
Okay,
God damn.
why can the Force Ghost not then communicate to other dead Jedi and train them?
Wait, you can train as a ghost?
Because
I
you
mean,
have,
think
you
about
have
it.
to do it while
Why
you're
can't
living,
the
don't
dead
you?
communicate to the dead?
Because they're not dead. They're one with the Force. The whole idea of being a Force ghost is you're not completely one with the Force, but you're mostly one
You're
with the
one
Force.
with the... Okay, listen. To me,
Anakin gets by because he's part Force.
a force ghost
His
is
midichlorian
one
comes
with
off
the
charts.
Force, but they get to, like... They come in to teach at various moments, okay? Just accept it, please.
But
It's a cool moment.
Mace Windu.
It's fucking Mace Windu.
Mace Windu is awesome.
Windu is the reason the Clone Wars failed.
Listen, we're gonna address that.
Mace Windu is
Let
a
me
dick.
finish.
I'm tired of these motherfucking ghosts.
Okay, Mace Windu appears, and he tells them not to go down the path.
Mace Windu.
Damn it, Brandon, let me finish.
Why can't it be Porkin?
Fuck!
All right, Mace Windu appears, and he tells them not to go down the path as he did.
Why not
Basic-
Plo Koon?
Why the fuck not Plo Koon?
Yeah.
Who cares? It's Mace Windu because he was a dick and he became. a
Hey, can I
government
raise my
dude.
hand?
Yeah.
Can it be Kit Fisto?
Okay, it's Mace Windu. All right.
Who is that?
All right. It's Mace Windu, and he tells them not to go down the path as
Who the
he
fuck
did,
is
and
Mace
to
Windu?
start a new order. Are we done with the Mace Windu shit? Okay,
Pretty
he
sure
appeared.
that should just be Yoda.
Who's
This is
Yoda?
my pitch here.
Wait,
if
is
you
it
want
Baby
to
Yoda?
come in and
No.
take my pitch and fucking...
No, it's just that.
Maybe it's
Mace
Yoda
Windu's not
riding Mace
important.
Windu like a horse.
But like Yoda's caught in the middle of it all, and he saw both sides. He's like Obi-Wan and Plo Koon are what the Jedi should have been. Don't be like this
Can it
guy
be that
Mace
snake
Windu and
bitch
Ki-Adi-Mundi.
on the Jedi
Yeah,
Council?
Mace
He
Windu.
kind of curls
Okay,
around the
point
fucking
of it
chair.
is Mace Windu is imparting that he was wrong to them.
Yeah.
And he's saying start a new order.
Why is he a Force ghost?
Why does it fucking
Because he's
matter?
black.
He talks
Everyone
in
can
the
be
Rise
a Force
of
ghost.
Skywalker.
Then what's the point of fucking dying?
You listen.
If they can just make everybody a Force ghost, there's no point being a fucking Force ghost.
Honestly, yeah. You got fucking Porkins over here being a Force ghost at this
Not
point.
everyone
That's
can
my
be a
head
Force
canon.
ghost.
Yeah.
Only Jedi. Okay, I'm sorry I broke the canon already. Okay.
Disney broke it 100 times, so I think you're doing
Yeah.
all right so far.
All right. So episode 2, with the two Jedi apparitions telling Luke the fall of the Jedi Order, telling Luke about the fall of the Jedi Order, he decides to pick a more remote location to restart the Jedi. So he uses the holocron from Empire's End to make a list of planets to visit for consideration. Leia then goes to Luke and tells him of a dream that Ben is going to turn to the dark.
What?
Who's Ben?
I'm just gasping.
Solo.
Veronica
Ben
Farmiga.
Bolo.
Ben Swallow.
Symbolo.
Benvolio.
Symbolo.
Why is it not Mace
Do you got your
Windu?
tongue at me?
What? Is that a Harry Potter reference? I just don't understand.
Okay, Luke then begins to doubt the idea of beginning a new order, but carries on with his journey. Han, Chewie, Leia, and little Ben accompany Luke and Mara on this journey. Essentially, they take a road trip in the Falcon, you know? They go...
Sounds wholesome, actually.
They go to the planet of Lothal, where the Force seems to just emanate. They land in the main city, where Luke and Mara split off and go to the location of the supposed Jedi Temple. Yet when they arrive, no temple is present. That is when they meet an old Ezra Bridger, who greets them. Luke and Mara don't know of this Ezra, and that is when he reveals that he was a Jedi that helped form the rebellion. He tells them of a side of the Force that they have only read about. Ezra then tells them that Lothal is no place to restart the Jedi, as it should only be a place of learning about the Force.
Stop kicking my fucking chair.
Well, I'm sorry.
Damn.
Luke,
Motherfucker.
Luke and Mara then part with Ezra and return to the Falcon, but when they arrive, everyone is crowded around R2 and a hooded figure is present. Luke gets closer only to see a holo recording of Anakin Skywalker. This hooded figure then pulls down her hood and says, "My name is Ahsoka Tano. I was your father's apprentice."
She's back.
Whoa.
Episode 3. We pick up in the Millennium Falcon as they travel to Ashas Ree, where the Temple of the Force is located. Ahsoka tells Luke, Mara, Leia, and Little Ben about the hero Anakin Skywalker in the campaign of Christosis.
What about Rex?
What?
Where's Rex?
Rex isn't in this.
He was at the Battle of Endor, though.
What?
This is 9 years
Return
after
of the Jedi?
Listen, Rex.
Yeah, he's that old guy.
He's really old. This
That's
is
not
9
him.
years
There's no
after-
fucking way that's him.
George Lucas said so.
Yeah, well, George.
Can I just talk about this?
I'm sorry.
You talk
guys.
through hours.
I'm really
so-
enjoying it so far. I like it.
I ask questions and stuff.
Yeah, still. Well, I asked a question.
Okay.
You did.
All right. Yes. What?
It was the Rex thing.
What is the Rex thing?
I said,
My point for not putting Rex in this is like this is 9 years after the Battle of Endor. He was already old then, so he's probably retired.
He's just had enough of it.
Like Ahsoka, 9 years after Return of the Jedi, is getting into her 50s.
Oh my god.
Do they age, like her species, do they age the same as humans? Like, would she be old, or
I
was
think
she...
most of the humanoid species age like the same as humans.
Okay.
I can't remember.
Ahsoka's telling a story about the campaign of Christosis, where they infiltrated and destroyed a separatist race shield. This is actually seen in the Clone Wars film.
About to do that the movie?
They land on the planet Ashes Ree, where Luke, Mara, and Ahsoka disembark and make their way through a trading outpost, and then find the temple. Ahsoka warns that even though it is a temple of the light side, darkness still lingers within from the Sith temple, because this temple was just built on top of the Sith temple. As they enter, Luke begins to hear whispers from the
Keep my
dead.
show one more fucking time, dude.
As they enter, Luke begins to hear whispers from the dead, but not from the light, from the dark. He hears the pain and suffering of the Sith legacy, and finally, a vision of his nephew Ben Solo turned to the dark side. Luke stumbles, but is caught by Mara and Ahsoka. Luke stands back up, but Ahsoka senses the doubt of the Jedi within. Ahsoka asks Luke about his doubt, and he explains the dream Leia had, and his vision. Ahsoka then pulls out Anakin Skywalker's old lightsaber, and tells him to touch it. So Luke does, and he's overwhelmed. Touch it.
Touch.
Luke.
Don't touch that.
Alright, so basically she holds out the saber, and he's like, touch the saber.
And then she ignites it. Joke. Sight.
Luke, he touches it, and he's overwhelmed by the memories contained by it. See, Luke held this lightsaber in A New Hope and in Empire Strikes Back, but he could not see these memories as he was not as adept in the Force. He sees memories contained by it. So he sees, like, the Clone Wars and, like, Jedi Purge and all the stuff that's basically the history of the lightsaber itself. Mara is confused as Ben is only a child, but Luke explains that visions from the Force can be from past, present, or future. Ahsoka confirms this, but then explains that visions from the Force are a powerful thing, but they are not always correct in predicting the future, as the Force only shows you moments, but not an entire story. Luke then realizes Ahsoka's test. Ahsoka had brought Luke to this temple to confront any hang-ups he had with continuing the Jedi. Mara is confused, but Ahsoka says her test has already been held. Mara's test was joining the light after being an Imperial assassin for the Emperor. Episode 4. Luke is meditating on the Falcon when he snaps out of it and comes to the conclusion that the planets are leading him to the new Jedi homeworld, and each planet he visits is teaching him a lesson along the way. Essentially, like, these planets that Luke is going to and he's learning lessons from, they will be the testing grounds for the next generation of Jedi.
Brandon, where's the restroom?
It's in there.
Thank you.
Alright. Where was I? They then... It's okay.
Those stupid chairs.
They travel to the ruined planet of Jedha, the planet of origin for the Jedi, and the planet that had a single reactor test for the Death Star. That planet from Rogue One that gets blown up.
Yeah.
Get space nuked.
Yeah, pretty much. The Falcon, it flies through all the, like, rocks and stuff that, were just floating in space because, like, a chunk of the planet was just blown off. And then, it lands. Luke, Mara, and Ahsoka search around the ruins and discover an ancient cave system. They get split up, and their will is tested as they try to escape. Eventually, they end up in the same room, and a panel lifts them into a cave of kyber crystals being lit by sunlight. This will become the new world where Jedi will attain their kyber crystals. So, This is where Jedi will go to get the crystals for their lightsaber.
That's cool.
Do you have a question?
No, I'm listening.
Episode 5. Luke, Mara, and Ahsoka return to the Falcon on Jedha, where they receive news of an Imperial remnant uprising on Tatooine. They leave for Tatooine immediately. Upon arrival, they link up with New Republic forces that are responding to the situation. Luke and Han go to Tashi Station, where they have holed up.
Tashi Station.
Han can't believe there are still Imperial sympathizers out there, while Luke says the Empire trampled upon most, but kept a select few happy. Luke then calls Ahsoka and Mara to the scene as he believes they could defuse the situation. Han tells them he'll know if they need help as they walk into the building, but Mara assures him that they can handle themselves and waves her lightsaber hilt. Like, we got this. They enter the building to confront the Imperials. The remnant is outfitted with assorted blasters and pieces of stormtrooper gear. The one common item being a red band with the Empire symbol on their left arms. They be rocking bands on arms like another.
Oh, just like the Nazis.
Yeah, pretty much. Luke asks their leader to sit at the table with him to negotiate. The leader agrees and instructs his men to keep their weapons trained on the Jedi. As Luke sits down, he basically takes his lightsaber, puts it on the table like, "This is my piece." The leader responds by putting his blaster pistol on the table.
That's my piece.
Ooh, mine's bigger.
Luke asks the leader to stand down.
It's about what it shoots.
Luke asks the leader to stand down since he is harming innocents and causing a disturbance. So Luke's like, listen, you can stand down now because you're harming innocents with this and you're causing a disturbance here. The leader denies these claims, calling Luke a traitorous dog. Luke then looks back to Ahsoka. She then says, my master called this aggressive negotiation.
That's a nice callback.
Han and numerous Republic soldiers watch as Luke, Mara, and Ahsoka escort the disarmed remnant soldiers to a transport ship. Luke then visits the Lars homestead, where he lived in New Hope. Luke looks at his old home, remembering the day he arrived at it burning with his aunt and uncle. He feels a hand on his shoulder, and turns to see the ghost of his father, Anakin Skywalker. I'm sorry you couldn't save them, Luke, Anakin says. Obi-Wan's ghost then appears and says, I'm afraid we know about not being able to save the ones we loved. Luke then looks back at the homestead as Anakin says, I couldn't save my mother and wife. And then Obi-Wan says, I couldn't save my master or the woman I loved. Qui-Gon then says, but we cannot mourn forever, as they live on as one with the Force. Episode 6.
I just imagined a Porkins ghost coming in and saying, Luke, why did you save me?
Why didn't you cover my ass, bro? I mean, I had Mace Windu doing this, so fuck it. Maybe okay, Brandon, I was thinking about it. You got a good point. I feel like Mace Windu's voice could be heard through the Force, but not his body.
There you go.
There we go.
Oh, yeah.
But Yoda could also explain it. So.
What about Darth Jar Jar?
Thank you for your
I think it'd make a little more sense with Yoda, but that's just me.
I agree.
Okay.
Episode 6. It begins on the planet Eos Prime. You remember that planet from Heir to the Empire?
Yeah.
Luke has started the beginnings of what will become the new Jedi Temple. An X-Wing lands and Mara hops out, bringing a holocron to Luke. As Mara is approaching Luke, she notices he is meditating and saying something. Luke senses her and gets up. Mara hands Luke the holocron, and he hugs her with glee, asking if she is okay. Mara assures him that everything went fine with the holocron, but something has happened on Coruscant. Meanwhile, on Coruscant, Ahsoka watches as Leia goes in front of the Senate to speak on the underground Imperial movement. Ahsoka has clarified many times that she is not a Jedi anymore, but only serves the Force. So she has been on Coruscant trying to find tips for Luke and guarding Leia due to recent events. Luke and Mara arrive at Coruscant and meet Leia and Han at their home. Luke tells Leia that he and Mara are there to find the people that bombed a store that was owned by survivors of Alderaan.
Oh.
Not everyone was... This is a little note. Not everyone was on Alderaan when it was destroyed, and some even narrowly escaped. So an Imperial, neo-Nazi underground movement bombed the store, because they're like, Alderaan was destroyed. You should have been with it.
Oh, well.
Luke and Mara then go with Ahsoka to the lower levels of Coruscant and follow a trail of rumors to find an Imperial bar. They enter and make themselves known by saying they are there to bring in the bombers. The bombers stand up and brandish their blasters. A few patrons leave the bar, but the rest stay and brandish their weapons as well. With no words, Luke, Mara, and Ahsoka ignite their lightsabers. By the way, Ahsoka is using Anakin's lightsaber at this point.
It killed younglings.
More
Kill
patrons.
more.
Since they've ignited their lightsabers, more patrons decide to put away their weapons and leave. Luke walks toward the bombers, and a patron pulls a blaster point blank on him, so he lops his arm off.
Oh.
Now,
Interesting callback.
Now everyone but the bombers leaves the bar. So it's just Luke, Mara, Ahsoka, and the people who bombed the store. Luke points his lightsaber at them, while Mara and Ahsoka stand ready to fight behind him. The bombers surrender and are taken into New Republic custody. Luke and Mara stop by Leia and Hans before they leave to learn that they are going to move to Kashyyyk along with Chewbacca. The reason for the move is they don't think Coruscant would be a good place to raise Ben.
Get the fuck out of the way.
After Luke and Mara speak with Han, they are set to leave, but Ahsoka stops them to return Anakin's lightsaber. Luke tries to basically be like, no, you keep it. You're a Force user, you could use a lightsaber. But Ahsoka clarifies that it's his lightsaber. Your dad gave it to you. I only had it in the meantime. We're parting ways now, so here, have Anakin's lightsaber back.
My hands smell fruity.
That's
Luke-
some very potent soap on your hands. By
Yeah,
the way.
I know.
It's like some Christmas shit.
Dude, it smells good.
Luke asks where Ahsoka will go, if not the new Jedi Order, and she says, wherever the Force wills it, as she leaves. Luke and Mara travel back to Eos Prime, where they look out at the ocean view from the new Jedi Temple. Little note, Eos Prime is like an ocean planet, islands and stuff.
Okay.
Luke unlocks the holocron and looks at the star map it projects. Mara then asks what it is, and Luke tells her it is a map of Force sensitives throughout the galaxy. Mara nods and then grabs Luke's hand. I guess you'll need another Jedi to help start this. Luke smiles and agrees. Mara then asks about what Luke was saying when she brought him the holocron at the beginning of this episode. Luke then recites the new Jedi Order code. Flowing through all, there is balance. There is no peace without a passion to create. There is no passion without peace to guide. Knowledge stagnates without the strength to act. Power blinds without the serenity to see. There is freedom in life. There is purpose in death. The Force is all things, and I am the Force. And that is the end of episode 6 and the animated series. I really didn't mention R2 and 3PO.
Who's that?
Fuck off.
I thought he got destroyed over Coruscant.
I didn't mention R2 and 3PO because they don't play a major role in this series, but they'd appear. They'd appear as like minor characters. That's the end of the animated series.
Oh my
Comments,
God.
complaints, anything?
Mace Windu.
we
Was that verbatim? Holy shit, that was long, dude.
Yeah, now I gotta get through The Force Awakens.
Oh, we're gonna be here all
For so long, dude.
night, man.
Alright, Force Awakens.
Just hit bullet point.
Yeah.
Listen, man, I'm telling you, it's a good journey.
Yeah.
I honestly think that animated series had more depth than the entire sequel trilogy.
I have Fizzolis at home, dude.
What?
I have Fizzolis.
What?
What?
I have Fazoli?
Yeah.
It's got
I got a text from my dad saying I got you Fizzolis.
I gotta figure out how I'm getting home. My car wouldn't start.
Oh, idiot.
I'm probably just gonna employ Greyson.
Alright,
Fuck
cool.
you.
Force Awakens. We start off with a First Order Star Destroyer. The beginning is basically the same. The Star Destroyer comes in. Poe Dameron's getting the map from Lor Santeca. Stormtroopers come in, shoot some shit up. Well, shit. I guess we're here, aren't we?
Yeah.
You can finish up Force Awakens.
Finish Force
But,
Awakens.
Honestly, Force Awakens, I did not change much of. She goes.
Oh.
Yeah, you couldn't tell, could you?
Psst, you could have just said that.
Listen, man, I got into this real hardcore.
Yes.
Yeah, Luke turns around to see Rey holding out the lightsaber, and a smile comes across his face. So ends the Force Awakens.
ringing.
That's I guess part 1 of my pitch.
Yay.
Yay.
Are you allowed to share your idea? What's their next?
Mace
podcast?
Windu?
The next one will be like next week.
No, I'm like, what? Do you have like ideas for what your next podcast is going to be? Are you allowed to say that?
I just.
I'm sure you can probably fit in.
Next time
What
on
you can
Dragon
do is,
Ball
like,
Z.
break it up, basically.
I'll
so you
probably
can do,
record a separate segment with me and Brandon.
That's not a bad idea.
You know. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay. So. That was my first 2 parts of that.
I really like the animated series. Like, I feel like
Yeah.
that'd be a nice way of tying it in together. Because, I mean, if you really think about it, a lot can happen in 29 years.
Yeah.
And, like, The Force
really?
Awakens just kind of...
Oh, really? I thought things just stayed the same.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. I'm
Yeah.
trying to...
Yeah.
Fan service, George.
Why can't we just make Baby Yoda animated series? Nothing about just Baby Yoda and Big Chungus.
Why can't we just make a series about Baby Yoda?
I'm gonna admit, I'm a little retarded.
It's not a bad
Alright,
idea.
so,
This has been
Force Awakens, my pitch for that obviously was very similar with my
It was just Force Awakens, and you changed Starkiller Base to a fucking dreadnought.
Hey, man! You don't consider some things when you're up at 3 a.m. writing this shit.
Dude, Brandon said, you could have just said we changed Starkiller Base to a dreadnought. That's Force Awakens, guys.
Yeah, okay, so,
There you go.
Tell me, what'd you think?
The animated series.
No, animated is
series had gold.
Are you gonna say?
Except for Mace Windu.
Okay, we can change that, it's not in production yet. Oh wait, it never will be.
Are you talking about Rebels animation or Clone Wars animation or a new one? Even
Let's do something
It would
with
be
texture.
it would be in the style of Clone Wars.
Yeah, I know, like something with texture that's not resistance.
It'd be in Clone Wars style, so you'd see like a Clone Wars style Luke Skywalker.
Epic.
Oh,
What about
shit.
anime?
Fuck off!
I like
They
this.
have
Star
an
Wars
anime series.
Really?
Yeah, it's called like Galaxy of Adventures.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
they can't say Star Wars in Japan land over there.
Oh,
Oh
can
no,
they?
it's called Star Wars Galaxy of
Oh.
It's not an actual anime, but I
Galaxy of Star Adventure Wars.
Space fighting.
interstellar conflict.
Alright, so now comes the fun part of this segment. What did you not like?
What do we not like? The fact that you rehashed all of fucking Force Awakens.
Makes sense, yeah. I feel like Brandon was about to say the fucking Force Awakens was shit, bro.
No, I wasn't gonna say that. I was gonna say Mace Windu.
Fuck off! You're stuck with him. You're like, you can't get off that.
Grayson's out here like, bruh, you literally talked about the same fucking movie from the sequels with a couple changes for...
But no, Brandon, his mind's been on fucking Mace Windu for like an hour. Like, fucking idiot over there talking about Mace Windu.
Mace Windu.
Alright,
Named
cool.
after a deodorant.
Not enough Jar Jar.
Or Porkins. Not a
The
whole lot of
people
Porkins.
love Jar Jar.
Hey,
Exactly.
Porkins Jr. was a pilot
Not
during
enough.
the Dreadnought Ray.
The Boss Nass guy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
What about the droid attack on the Wookiees? What about the droid attack on the Wookiees?
Alright,
Babu Frick.
so that's the pitch segment for this time. Next week we will have...
Something.
Probably the last segment of the show. What do you think would be better, Brandon? The first segment or the last segment finishing up?
I don't know. Who's gonna be the guest next week?
You
You wanna have Grayson and George back for another
I'll
wild
tell you after
episode? Oh.
Are you guys available next Thursday?
I gotta get my work schedule.
Alright,
Okay.
I may
well,
start working soon. So I'll check. and
I've
see.
enjoyed this a lot.
Yeah, this
No.
has been a lot
we
of
may
fun.
be
This is
back
fun.
with the same crew next week.
Or, we may get sent off to the gulag and,
Oh,
have to
maybe-
fight our
maybe.
way
Can I
out.
say at some
you know?
point, can you invite as many people as possible and make them crowd around this one mic?
We have the entire guest roster sharing.
Like
one
you
mic.
and Brandon get your own separate mics, but no,
not
you have
a
like
bad
5
idea.
or 6 people. Like, Hello,
We
my
should do
name
that for like the 10th episode. Like we're 10 in. We're gonna have
10 people?
10 people.
Honestly, are you guys down for doing like an RPG episode with the Star Wars
That'd
thing?
be neat at some point.
How would that
yeah.
work with a podcast? Would you have to just narrate everything we do?
I've seen the Dungeons and Dragons podcast.
Really?
All right,
they're a
Brandon.
thing.
You'll spearhead this one.
I get the game master.
Don't rehash
Yeah.
fucking Force Awakens.
I'm
with me.
not.
I'm still gonna be John Smith, the accountant
Fuck off.
Wookiee.
I need to make my fucking character now.
I need to get some people who are interested, big group chat, set things up. So,
All right. So before we end, I just want to say it's been a wonderful night.
yeah, it's been wild.
Thank you for having me.
Oh yeah, dude.
And I think I speak for both of us. Thank you for having us. This is fun.
No, fuck
Um,
you. Fuck you, George.
It's Grayson not good to talk for
I
himself.
thought all of you, like, you didn't go as far as me with the pitches,
We didn't rehash the movie.
but you didn't rehash Force. You didn't sit there and narrate.
How long
Force
is this gonna
Awakens.
take you to edit? How long are we going for? 3 hours?
You're probably gonna have to
I'm over
normalize
3
the
hours.
entire thing.
oh my!
It's,
What do you do? What do you do when you edit? By the way, like you just
add reverb?
I bass boost the shit out of it.
can you, every word that George says, can you just add reverb to it? Like everything, only when he speaks.
Oh dear God!
When I say something ascendant about like Jar Jar or
you can
Porkins,
just bleep out a whole porkin section.
yeah,
Oh boy!
yeah. I kind of regret my Force Awakens pitch now, with its small little changes.
Well,
that's not to say
Our Last Jedi,
the
are
other
they-
pitches weren't
yeah.
good.
Yeah,
They were good.
It's good. Just I'm gonna shut up now.
just Mace Windu.
It could have had more,
I know your complaint. It's Mace Windu.
No, I
could have had more
maybe
bread.
a little
in me.
bit
But you know,
more bread would have been nice.
more bread.
What,
You want
the-
more
the
explanation?
animated
Klondike
series?
bars.
no, not to the animated series. Just
Where's the
Force
wheelchair?
Awakens.
Oh, Force Awakens.
Like the main differences.
Yeah.
But other than that,
Only
I
go
should-
only
I
go into
honestly-
detail if you like have a really big
Honestly,
change.
Force
you know?
Awakens was the first one I was doing with this. So like, I was watching it. I was like, oh,
Were you just
yeah,
writing
this-
notes as you were watching it? I feel like
Yeah.
that's what. I feel like
Yeah.
that's what you're doing
That's-
because like
I
you're
feel like-
describing scene by scene. Ray's hair's falling down her face. Like this motherfucker watched the movie while he wrote it. I can tell.
I did. So yeah, it had minor changes. There's actually good.
I do like
history
Starkiller.
behind Ray.
I do like to change the Starkiller base though, because Death Star is acceptable because it's a space station
Mm-hmm.
planet. I don't know. Yours is a little bit better in terms
Okay.
of that. I don't really want. Well, if you can pull off Starkiller base the planet, do it. But it is basically just a Death Star. I want something new, and I'm glad you did something relatively
Death
new.
Star that fires Death Stars that each can take out a
a
planet.
Death Star that deploys mini Death Stars.
All right,
Oh,
we're
boy.
shooting little Death Stars to planets. This is the Death Star deployment system.
What the fuck are you, like a Jersey person now?
I'm the Jersey officer.
That's what the shock
Hey,
troopers sound
Emperor
like.
Palpatine. Hey Palpatine,
Then
what
you
the
got the
fuck are we
Cockney.
doing here?
Are we doing Death Star over here? Huh?
Man, there's that one stormtrooper. Oh yeah, well yeah.
I gotta sneeze.
I like how none of us
Alright.
wore masks.
So,
No,
Oh well.
no, we're
Yeah,
we're
I don't
done
wear it
again
at Walmart,
anyways.
and I work there.
Hey, there's purpose in death.
There is indeed purpose in death. Gotta
Look,
keep Wall
alright.
Street going.
I'll be honest, I don't live in the Star Wars universe. If I die, I'm not turned into a fucking Force Ghost. I don't know about you.
You gotta learn how to do
Send
that.
it.
Send it. Turn into a Force Ghost.
All right. Anything we would like to talk about before we end?
No.
I don't know. I gotta go to a podcast after this.
Yeah, I went to. I was supposed to go to Lightning Radio.
Yeah, you guys just you came to the Force Awakens.
Yeah, you
Force
suckered me
Awakens
into
live.
Thunder Radio.
I was supposed to go to Thunder Radio second because Lightning comes before Thunder, but
Oh yes, the funny man.
Wait, one.
yes, I have achieved humor. Laugh,
No.
laugh.
See how nobody's fucking laughing?
I'm laughing at my own joke.
God bless America.
Hell
God
yeah.
help us.
Oh, that too.
Rest our soul.
All right, the big pitch, part 2 next week. If we can
boy.
get George and Grayson back, that would be
52,
amazing.
41,
And we finish that off,
19,
and then we talk about
13.
whatever we'd like.
12,
Nice.
the fuck you counting
16, 83. We're a numbers
for?
station now.
That's not Fibonacci.
We're
no.
a numbers station. We gotta start giving out
No,
coordinates.
fucking Russian number station. You just wake up the sleeper agents in fucking Manchester.
Drug 16, 29.
I start
All right,
Oh boy.
Brandon, how you doing?
Okay.
It's a little hot in this room.
Yeah.
a little bit.
Y'all ready to record this podcast?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What if you didn't hit record?
Oh shit!
my God, I
would
was-
Skimmy
stop recording 15 minutes ago.
Did it really?
Yeah. No shit.
Skibidi-bop-da-da.
I'm fucking with you.
Dude, this is gonna cut off at a random time in the middle of your
I'm
fucking...
just sitting here. Yeah, Ray does some.
I think I was in the bathroom 15 minutes ago. I wasn't even here.
Is it really not recording?
No, it's recording. It's recording.
Oh, you fucker.
All right. We ready to end this?
Oh my god, you're gonna break the fucking thing.
You're
Dude,
breaking the
Dude,
audio.
they're gonna come back tomorrow. I can't wait to record something. Ah! A broken mic arm.
To
God,
all my
this-
loyal fans out there,
This is not your podcast. Why are you saying? Why are you doing that?
you know, this is one dude and a podcast. I have achieved my rightful place on the throne as the owner of this podcast. I have bought it.
Did you hear this motherfucker? He's going on.
Yes.
You bring him on once, and then he gets a big head like
Hey
that.
man, listen.
I'm famous. What can I
I
say?
got some words of wisdom.
If
Sorry
you
about
want to
that.
make it in the biz, you got to be in the biz.
If you
know
want
what
to
I
make
mean.
it in the biz, you gotta start drinking the.
The
Nah,
biz has
man.
got to be in you.
Nah, man, it's a good thing. $5 I'll buy.
$5.
I'd buy that for $1.
Speak like a fucking broken English. $5.
$5 I buy. All right, so this has been episode 7. We will
7.
continue this endeavor in episode
Ooh-wee.
8. Sorry for rehashing Force Awakens. I hope you got some sort of entertainment pleasure out of it. Basically, I think I'm gonna put a message at the beginning of this. Once you get to Force Awakens, just kind of skip to the
Skip to
end.
the Mace Windu part.
Fucking Mace Windu. You
Mace
need to make
Windu.
timestamps in the comment section.
I'm
This
just,
Mace Windu-
I'm just dropping this hoe and letting the fans decide what happens.
Just
gonna
drop
mark
it. Drop it at midnight. Yo, what up?
Oh yeah, when do you usually
They come out at
Upload.
6:30 in the morning.
6:30 in the morning.
Christ.
Do you stay up?
No, I schedule the uploads.
Oh, I was about to say.
Nice.
God.
I used to do that on SoundCloud too for my SoundCloud
Oh yeah,
channel.
SoundCloud
that is
2. What
called
happened to SoundCloud
George
1?
Gannon. It's on SoundCloud.
Nobody told you to
Yeah,
come
go
out.
ahead.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Plug it. Plug anything you want.
Plug-
Well, actually, no. Personal things
Plug it.
that specifically aren't racial groups.
No, I'm. What?
Grayson has
See,
a
I would've-
YouTube channel.
No, I'm not
Orcs.
gonna plug anything. There's no reason.
He's
to
got a
plug.
YouTube channel called Grayson Mills,
That's-
spelled exactly like his name. No ton of special.
I say
stuff.
bad words on there a lot.
He says a lot of bad
So I
words.
don't wanna-
but-
Like you did on here.
Yeah, like we were
I've
totally
said no
plain.
bad word this entire stream.
Shut the fuck up. That's a bunch of.
There's a lot of
bullshit.
highlights in this.
I want
and
somebody
think
to count how many
I
F-bombs
feel
we
like
dropped.
Maria might get a good clip out of this. To
She
animate.
This is
can
gonna be
animate
wild.
her
Oh
heart
my
out.
fucking god, dude! Tell her to animate the fucking Force
My
Awakens.
only request. My only
Hey, Maria,
request.
hey,
If you're going
let
to
me tell you some
animate
fuck
me,
shit right here.
I just gotta be Porkins for my animated figure.
I can't. I'm about to say something really bad. I
All
can't say it
right.
on stream. You're dumb.
All right. Maria, if you've made it this far, make George
Congratulations.
look up Jack Porkins on
I
Google.
forgot his first name's fucking Jack. Oh my god, I forgot he had a first name.
I'm standing up in this hole.
Jack Porkins. You're tall as shit.
I'm actually on a level.
Oh.
All right, so make George's animated character Jack Porkins throughout the whole thing, helmet and all.
Oh boy.
Yeah, maybe
Put him in
ball of fire.
put him in a fucking X-wing every time he speaks.
and make me like comically stuffed into it. I won't take offense.
Like the fat rolls are coming out the sides of the fucking windows.
All right, so y'all ready to end it?
I'm
you
ready
ready
to end it. I got
Are
the
you
9mm ready to
take
go.
this far? Are
You can't say that. You can't fucking say that on here.
Are you ready to take this fucking
God.
out back and fucking put it down?
Yeah,
I'm
getting
ready to
crazy.
drop this hole. Let's go.
Guys, why's it getting hot in
And
here?
I thought the one with my sister was crazy.
You thought hanging out with your sister was crazy? You haven't
No,
seen
the-
Ham narrate
the-
The Force Awakens for a fucking
Fucking
hour.
I'm
Christ.
talking about the episode about the barn that we had a while ago.
Oh yeah.
That was a wild episode.
Her
Episode with the barn.
Yeah,
You want to tell him?
my
about that?
4-year-old sister drove a truck into a barn once.
I do that.
Which episode was that?
Was
I haven't heard all
Was that like
episodes,
episode 4 or something?
It was the one where we went off the rails.
Yeah.
Oh, this one. Well, what do you mean went off the rails? We stayed on track for this one.
3 hour off the rails. That one was 54 minutes.
I fucking love
I
how
wasn't fucking bleeding my heart into Star Wars.
we completely skipped Snyder Cut and just went completely off topic for an hour.
We talked about the
We did
Snyder
for a little
Cut.
bit,
The
but
Snyder
it'll
Cut's
work.
coming out.
It will work.
It will work.
All right.
I'm happy to be here. I hope I
Yeah.
get to be on soon. I hope I haven't gotten banned from the podcast.
dude, I was about to say, oh my god,
Neither of you are
dude.
banned for the podcast. It's been a
Yeah.
great time.
Hoping we
but-
can do the Star Wars
Gonna get
RPG.
banned on the pod.
All right, yeah.
We'll have to figure out how to do this.
There's a car pulling in here.
That's probably my mom.
Is there
That is George's
Yeah,
mom.
my car
George's
just
mom.
doesn't work
All right,
anymore.
so we're gonna wrap it up. We hope to have George back next week. We're gonna finish up the pitches.
Oh yeah.
Not your ass.
We're gonna have George and Greyson. I'm sorry.
They don't want me back. I smell racism. This podcast is racist.
All right, 1
Peace
second.
out.
Let me power pose real quick.
It's a podcast. How they gonna see you power pose? They don't even know what
Doesn't
they're doing
fucking
here.
matter. It doesn't matter. All right, here we go.
Oh boy.
I don't know what time you're listening right now, but good morning, good evening, good night, and goodbye for now.
And I'd buy that for $1.
I would too.
And we're back. And, dear listeners, you're probably wondering, what is the point of this end segment that's after the credits? Well, I'm wondering that question too. So, let's ask Jackson.
Hi, this is just here, explaining why The Force Awakens pitch and then magically ends. Would you like to give a very good answer to that?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, well, you
I
basically...
rehashed the shit out of Force Awakens with a
Yeah,
couple changes.
that's what I was going to say.
So next week I'm gonna come back. Since we missed out on my Force Awakens pitch, you know what I'm gonna come back with? Bullet points.
Bullet points.
For my Force Awakens pitch.
That's a good idea.
Because to me, while Last Jedi, I reuse locations and stuff.
Yeah.
I feel the story is different enough.
Yep.
Rise of Skywalker is completely different. So
Probably.
I'll
Needs
talk
to
through
be.
that one too. So, yeah, that's why I start and then finish. I put these guys through a brutal storytelling, and
It wasn't even bad. You were just retelling the movie.
yeah, that's why it's brutal.
Oh, okay.
I would tell you if it was dog shit.
Oh, okay.
So I respect them for staying,
Yeah.
and we hope to have them back on next week. So far, all of our guests we've hoped to add back on. This is the second episode with guests, and I've loved both times.
Oh, boy.
What about you, Brandon?
Me?
Do you rate guests 2 thumbs up or 1 thumb down?
Oh, these guests have been awesome, and I'm really looking forward to see if we can actually get some kind of RPG episode going.
That will be really fun.
That could be a lot
It'd be cool
of
if
fun.
we could do that like a once a month type thing.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Add that into the rotation of episodes.
Exactly. Give us some flavor, a little
Yeah.
bit of eclecticness.
Eclectic
Ness.
in views.
Eclecticness.
You said that the first episode.
Exactly.
It's all coming full center.
Hoo-ah!
You know, if we do this episode with George and Greyson, and then the next with George and Greyson, and then the next, we'll have a trilogy.
Oh boy. Ba, 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 ba.
I don't think they could stand us after the next one.
This is a long end credit segment.
Yeah.
So stay tuned. And don't touch that dial.
Don't touch that what?
Don't touch that news. Now the dial. just cut it.
Okay.
Just go.